I got drive like Uber. On the road like the runner bee. These coyotes can't catch up with me. Got these heads blowing like TNT. I got drive like Uber. Yeah, all these lions in this pride with me. Hunting on the daily cause the dream ain't free. Gotta get it now. Time to wait for me. I got drive like Uber. All right. We are back with another episode of the Dinner Club Podcast. I'm your host with the most, Lionel Walker, the line of many hunts. And I got my man Tyson in the building. Let's get to it. Woo! There's so much shit going on, man.
There is.
Yeah, going on. All right. Listen, you go ahead, man. You go ahead. I don't even know where to start none of this shit.
Oh man. Jeez. It's always a mixed bag, right? People still out there wilding, all that. Actually, you know what? This is a big week for us. Do we want to start off talking about that? The things we got going on this week.
Absolutely.
So yeah, the first up on the list is the 5 Pillars of Hip Hop. So 5 Pillars of Hip Hop, Third Eye Unlimited, and the national parks are going to be coming to you this Thursday. All right, for Vaha, right? Vaha is the virtual version of AHA, which normally happens every second Thursday of the month. Well, they're keeping that going throughout everything that's going on with COVID, and they're bringing it to you virtually. And with that comes the 5 Pillars of Hip Hop. So this is how Third Eye Unlimited and the national parks join together to bring content and information and education, music, art, directly to your screens at home. This in a very similar fashion. I don't want to say the same way, but in a very similar fashion to what you would experience if you were walking around downtown during Vaha and seeing what every business and every organization and venue had to offer, bringing it to you right here. 5 wonderful people helping to pull that off and being a part of this first installment of the virtual version of this, of the 5 Pillars of Hip Hop. And I'm going to let Lionel go ahead and do what he does best, which is intro these mugs.
All right, man. So here we go, man. Listen, again, we provide content all up and down the rating spectrum. This is our adult podcast, but we like to let all the people know, all the parents and everybody in the community know that we have stuff that's made just for the family-friendly content, and this is one of them. So again, like my man just said, we got the New Bedford Whaling National Historical Park and Third Eye presenting the 5 Pillars of Hip Hop, May 14th, 2020, 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. live on Third Eye Unlimited and the New Bedford Whaling National Park's historical Facebook pages. As you can see, there's some links right there you guys can check out. And you know, it's going to be live on Facebook and possibly YouTube as well. We're working out those details as well. Just want to give a big shout out to, you know, the national parks for helping us put this together. Before we had called it another kind of series, but we want to focus and key in on the 5 pillars of hip hop. You know, the newest one being knowledge that was added not too long ago. And we want to make sure that we're trying to encompass all of those different aspects. So big shout out to all these wonderful acts that are coming out. We got Nevaeh, young woman, you know, just been doing her thing, you know, watching the process of her grow from where she started to where she is now with her confidence and her ability to expand on what she's already been doing is awesome. So we definitely want to showcase the young, talented Nevaeh in the building. And then we got Amanda, who's a part of the internal 3E team, but also a super talented young woman who's been doing her thing throughout the community as well. You know, she has a page called Inspired Healing. So make sure you check that out. And make sure you check out, like, you know, she's working, doing some stuff for sales and CBD marketing and all that good stuff, thinking about mental health and all of that good stuff. She's going to be starting a workshop pretty soon, you know, working on some different creative writing workshops and things like that. We're working out some of those details. Listen, we always got stuff going on. We're not going to let COVID hold us back from being able to provide, you know, the mental dexterity and the mental, you know, just these virtual hugs. You know, get this virtual hug. Put
your arms around it.
Right. Put your arms around it. All right. So listen, we got a bunch of cool stuff going on with Amanda. She's gonna be doing her 1-2 with some spoken word, possibly some singing and good stuff like that. Then we got Liv Brandon coming up. These two are a tag team duo. Liv Brandon's gonna be doing her thing. If you already know Liv Brandon, she's a songstress of the area, always holding it down, always putting on a great show for everybody. So we're really excited to have Liv Brandon back in our ranks and doing her 1-2. They'll also be working together on that workshop aspect. And then we got the wonderful, incomparable Shania, super little Mighty Mouse powerhouse right there. She's not going to be playing no games. She's going to be, I actually already got a sneak peek of some of that footage that's going to be dropping for her dance routine. So it's going to be super dope. And last but certainly not least, I mean, I can't say enough about Ben Allen, super dope. Accredited artist, had a exhibit in the Museum of Fine Arts. He's just doing his thing. I mean, when you see his artwork, if you don't get a chance, check out Ben Allen on Facebook and all other platforms. He's just an incredible young man doing his thing and holding us down. And we really appreciate him partaking in this because, like, honestly, like, you know, we're humble and we're modest, but this guy's way bigger than what we could be asking for to have come here. So to launch off the 5 Pillars of Hip Hop with such a super dope, you know, group of talent and a super dope artist such as himself, you know, a visual artist who's going to be painting live during the duration of the event is just clutch, man. We can't ask for more, man. So really appreciate everybody who's going to be involved. Make sure you tune in this Thursday, 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Again, that's this Thursday, 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. We're just going to keep it rocking, man. Again, this is going to be family-friendly content, so I won't be dropping no fuck bombs. See, I didn't say F-bombs. I said fuck bombs in this one because this is our adult platform. But when, you know, we're doing it for the kids, again, I got filters for all that kind of good stuff. I'm not going to show it to my kid's school and be like, fuck this, you know what I'm saying? But I might be at home like, fuck this, and that's just reality, you know what I mean? We live in a base reality, so again, we hope people tune in. If you got kids and little ones that you're trying to inspire their creativity or inspire them to see, you know, a life without borders and limitations, please have them tune into the 5 Pillars of Hip Hop this Thursday. Once again, May 14th to 2020, 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Again, we're going to get into this next one. I'll let Tyson give you a little synopsis of that while I pull that up.
And then what we have literally the next day, something for you coming right off the top for you. We have the V3E Pride. So again, something that was in the real world sphere, we will call it, that was popping off, you know, typically around 100 to 130 people would be at any given event. And we didn't want to lose that spirit. We didn't want to lose that connection. So we're going to go ahead and pop that up and bring it to you virtually as well, right? So that way we can still go ahead and hit you with some of that mixed bag of content from hip hop, art, spoken word, inspiration, education, and fun, right? We always add a little touch of comedy in everything that we do. We always have little follies, mishaps, all that. We make light of it, we push through, and we have fun. And so we want you to experience all that, those same feelings and same activities right in the comfort of your home, since we can't do it in the real world sphere together, right? And so we have a great lineup on May 15th, literally, like I said, it's something on Thursday happening from 3 to 4:30. Then boom, Friday, we got you from 7 to 9 that next Friday. And it's going to be Lionel and myself hosting that. Again, it's V3E Pride, Third Eye Unlimited presenting that. And we have the Your New Bedford launching that night as well, which is a crazy series that's going to be rolling out all the way until November. It's going to be rolling out that is going to involve showing you how New Bedford is yours, what things there are to do all around the city that you can incorporate yourself with that you may not have known about. Maybe you knew about it but weren't using it to its full potential for your kids or, you know, as an adult for yourself. And so we have a great lineup there as well. And Peter, go ahead, let them know what it is.
So again, like my man said, Friday, May 15th, 2020, 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be hosted by myself and Tyson once again. And also keep in mind, like, we're always open to having new people step up and come host. We just want to make sure that people are understanding the savviness of what that takes and what that entails, because the hosts are a very important part of the event. I mean, I want to say in a lot of ways, especially from coming from nightclubs, it's the most important part. When you go to like these reggae clubs and you got the guy in there talking about banging someone's girl, that kind of messes up the vibe, son. And it's not putting out the right kind of energy when they should be on some more Bob Marley peace and love stuff. So, you know, we change it up very based on what the events that we're doing, but we're never on that bang your girl shit. Like, that's ridiculous. But anyway, this is another event that we're providing in the evening time, you know, around bedtime. If you want the kids to simmer down, see something creative from some super dope people in their community. It's another kid-friendly event. Again, we provide content all up and down the spectrum. So this is a kid-friendly event. Usually with V3 Pride, we loosen it up a little bit after 8 p.m. and let people do what they do. But in light of COVID and in light of we can't control what kids are going to be on what, we want to make sure that, you know, we keep V3 Pride as clean as possible to, you know, make the focus more about the kids in the community, especially while kids are home, restless, didn't have any school, summer camp maybe out, all that good stuff. And again, if you know any youth, you know any talent in the area that want to be a part of these situations, please, by all means, do send them over our way. You can hit us up on, you know, at Third Eye Unlimited or thirdeyeunlimited.org on the website. Or you can just hit us up on the Dinner Club podcast page. It's all one family, all one conglomerate. You can hit us up and we can make it happen. But in the meantime, let me talk about this campaign again. So V3 Pride is going to be a virtual experience. Again, that's why we throw the V in there. Everything's going to be with a V lately. And we got musical performances, dance, artwork, spoken word, and more. Mandy's going to be doing the artwork for us that night, and she's going to be doing something encompassed around the whole idea of the Your New Bedford launch. Again, the emphasis is when people try to shy themselves away from being in the downtown of New Bedford, that doesn't make any sense. You want to be where the commerce is. You want to be where the money is. You want to be a part of that, and you want to take your stake at the table. You don't have to ask for it. All you have to do is put yourself out there and go find a business space downtown. And I think that me and Tyson heard about it so long that we decided to make that happen just to prove that it can be done. And if you're downtown, our flag is waving again. Beautiful African flag hanging up on the building of 246 Union Street, where we'll also be taking the small steps to make sure that we can provide the space that artists need in order to perform. Again, in line with social distancing, there's not going to be a crowd, nothing like that. But they'll be able to come into the space and we'll be able to, provide them somewhere to perform. But in the meantime, we're going to have some virtual stuff going on. Mandy's going to be over at Medium Studios that day, holding us down, painting from there. And she's going to be live on the screen the whole night, painting a dope piece for us to enjoy. We're going to have Kathy coming in, super dope dancer from out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island. She runs the Infinite Power of Culture and Dance music group that also, she's a matriarch in the community, holding it down with a bunch of her kids and a bunch of those cubs out there dancing, doing their 1-2. I'm looking to bring her into the fold and bridge the gap between here and Pawtucket. And then we got my man Libsy. If you know Libsy, man, he's the king of disrespect, man, but he's definitely putting his respectful hat on and holding us down with this event and providing some clean content. I think that's one of the dopest things for me is that when we first started this initially, we were able to get some of these artists that are a little bit edgier to at least have some compromise about providing content for the kids that need to hear their music and understand that there's different creative ways and outlets to do so. We want to appreciate Libsy so much for taking that step because he actually has like a full set of dope, clean music for the kids to listen to. And then my man Ralphie, bilingual sensation, trilingual, quadlingual, that motherfucker, he's just Golingo, Duolingo, you know what I'm saying? He's all over the place. So he's coming out to do his 1-2, going to be super duper dope. We really appreciate him to do what he does. We just had him on the music video review Friday on here at TDC, and it was super dope, man. The guy has super dope visuals, super dope content. He's a super dope individual. Can't wait to hear him do his thing and represent the CV community and the Latino community as well, as he lives, a dual life with some of that, you know what I'm saying? And just people of color in general. And my man Thorne's coming up, man. Thorne, listen, that's Barmageddon right there. He's doing some pre-sales for his project right now called Poetic It. You definitely want to go check that out. Again, and him and Policy, those two right there, just Barmageddon, period. You know what I mean? You want to hear some super dope bars, syllables, all that craziness, man. These two are going to blow your heads off with some clean content at that. And then my man Jet's coming in from Mos Def crew. He's just going to get busy. It's not going to be a game. He's a super dope dancer from freestyling to choreo, man. Just, you got to wait to just see what he's going to do there. And then my man Adverse Reaction is normally a battle rapper. Super dope battle rapper. I actually helped him edit a highlight clip video for some of his battles that came out. The boy's nice.
Yeah, there was some fire bars in there.
He's not okay. He's not okay. He's not human. But he's gonna bring that alien shit over here to us on this event for the kids and provide us some clean content. He's gonna be talking about some of the turmoils and trials and tribulations that he had, getting himself clean and understanding what it took as a young man to straighten himself out, and it also understanding how that enhanced his ability to perfect his craft. So it's gonna be super dope when he does that piece for us. And then last but certainly not least, again, we end with some super dope people in the community that are a little bit of the older crowd, but they're passing that torch by partaking in these events. And Maya's going to be in the building holding down with spoken word. If you don't know who Maya is, man, y'all better get your life together because it's all finger snaps when she's around. You understand what I'm saying? Again, live on Facebook on the Third Eye Unlimited page. If you look at the top right above your virtual your New Bedford, you'll see it. Facebook.com/Third Eye Inc. You can also check it out at thirdeyeunlimited.org and follow us at thirdeye_unlimited. Shout out Yellow Hat Labs, my man Tyson with that project. Obviously shameless plug. Lions in the building. I am still ill. We're gonna do what we do. I know y'all see the fatigue cap on. We out here fresh today. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's gonna be a super dope time. Shout out to artists everywhere, and you're New Bedford. Shout out to the New Bedford Creative. Shout out to Mass Development for help funding this initiative as we move into June and etc. Shout out to what's the other one? The Bar Foundation for holding us down, man, and just shout out to you as a community, man, because this is about you. You know what I mean? Like, one thing, we might not be from out here, but we love it out here, and we're gonna make sure that we do our best to showcase all this hidden talent that you have, because that's how we fell in love with the city. We fell in love with the city because of you. Not because of who we are. We're already our own individuals and had our own paths and our own things going on. But when we came here, we just felt like it's a place with so much potential to grow. And we want to bring our skill sets here to help you guys flourish. You know what I'm saying? So whether we are here from here or not, we are here to benefit and help you expose your talents to your city, your community, and beyond that. So again, want to say thank you to everybody that's going to be involved. We got a whole bunch more information coming. There's going to be a whole lot of stuff coming out soon. But man, listen, we're going to get into the antics, man. We're going to get into the antics. This is part of the show where we got the community efforts out. Thank you so much, Renee. You are super solid, always holding us down and tuning in. Thank you, D. Staley, man, always tuning in, holding us down. Brandon Burke, yo, if y'all know about BB Cuts, you better go find out. That man's a problem. He's a problem. And shout out,
jealous.
Yeah, shout out to him, man, for just doing his interview with E4R South Coast. Y'all think we be playing around when I dropped them back, when I dropped that name on here about these guys dropping a bag literally in the community to help stimulate small businesses. Y'all can't be playing around when I say the opportunities there. Like, if you really want the links and all that stuff, you got a small business or a business idea, hit me up. I'll make sure you get in contact with my wife, Samia. I'll make sure you get in contact with Shelly, Jeremiah, all those wonderful people, Donna, and make sure that they try to do their best, that they can guide you in the right direction. Even if it's not through our programming, we'll provide you the direction to another program where you can flourish and be able to do your thing. You understand what I'm saying? But listen, we ain't gonna hold y'all. We're gonna get into some craziness, man. I'm gonna let my man Tyson start y'all off while I get this set up for you guys, because we got a lot of shit to talk about today.
Right. And so I mean, that's a good little chop up there, because I actually want to talk about the small businesses, right? During this time, we're talking a lot about small businesses taking a hit, their employees not being able to get to work, and wanting, businesses to reopen and all this great stuff, which sounds good. But then when it's put into practice, a lot of people are just, for lack of a better word, they're being dicks. They're being dicks right now. And so here's an instance of a business that opened up, a small business, trying to, do the right thing, get their employees back to work, and you have people that are showing up being rude to them because they're asked to follow the mask ordinance that is currently in place in Massachusetts. And so let's pull that up. And so here I just want to know, what are we really doing? The people that are fighting for their rights, saying that wearing a mask is impeding, like what are you proving by being rude to the employees? But let's roll that.
Shop finally decided to test out a to-go option under rules that are already allowed for restaurants.
The owner opened for just one day, but says he's closing again after his workers were yelled at by a number of impatient, angry customers. This comes as small businesses are trying to open back up safely.
Boston 25 News reporter Kirsten Glavin explains what happened at that shop in Mashpee.
Normally, ice cream puts a smile on people's faces, but the owner here at this shop says things got so ugly that one of his best employees quit. After one day of opening, they're now closing back down, only serving a limited number of customers until he says he can figure this whole thing out. It was meant to be a quiet opening at Polar Cave Ice Cream Parlor in Mashpee to kick off Mother's Day weekend. The owner has been able to open up under restaurant guidelines, but wanted to wait until he felt it was safe for everyone. Still, Friday was anything but business as usual.
One of my best workers quit yesterday. At the end of her shift, she stuck it through the shift. But the word she was called and the language, you wouldn't even say it in a men's locker room. And to say it to a 17-year-old kid, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Kyle Lawrence says they posted online that all orders must be placed an hour in advance, but he claims not everyone listened and instead took their anger out on his employees when they got busy.
Now I open the doors to a whole new world with gloves and masks, and we're running around like chickens. But people they're like, where's my ice cream? I'm not a trauma center, it's ice cream.
The shop is now closed to the general public and is doing
My man's serious
deliveries until Lawrence says he can figure out a new plan.
People have forgotten how to treat other human beings in the 6 or 7 weeks that they've been confined to their homes. They have no clue how to respect other human beings.
This ice cream parlor is one of many small businesses now trying to figure out how to reopen from a pandemic shutdown while dealing with customers who don't always choose to follow new guidelines. He says everyone should start with patience and kindness.
We're not claiming that we know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing, but we're giving it a shot.
The owner here says his goal is to eventually open back up to everybody, but in terms of how he's going to do that, it's still unclear. He does say that he plans to post updates to his Facebook page, which we have a link to on our website, boston25news.com.
So, here we go. Here we go with the shits, right? People are hollering, complaining, wanting stuff to be open, and then don't know how to act when they get it. Don't know how to act.
Listen, man. I've been talking about, we've been way ahead of the curve on this. We've been talking about this for a long time, how people are going to start getting real stupid, because honestly, before the pandemic, people were assholes anyway. So, it's just like money. You know what I'm saying? People say money changes people. No, money enhances the attributes that you already have in a lot of cases. You know what I'm saying? I've never virtually met anybody. Like, I know people with a lot of money, and I knew them before they had money, and all it really did was enhance them. Now, in some cases, yes, that's not true. There are exceptions to the rule. But generally speaking, like, people are just, when you're an asshole and then the pressure's in the situation, you're an even bigger asshole. Like, I don't expect the guy up the street that was a dickhead his whole life to not be the biggest dick on the block when shit goes crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect him to be noble at this point. You know what I mean? So, like, I commend that man for doing what he's doing, and I commend his stance in this situation because, again, he's showing more humanity than the people who think that they're being, I don't know, fucking pandemic police.
Right.
It's just fucking stupid, man.
And then, so here's the part that gets me is the fact that they did it to a kid. So you have adults doing it to someone who just probably, well, not just probably, but found out that they're not going to have their high school graduation. Like, this kid's still like, all right, well, I got to go to work. I'm still going to work and do my 1-2s, even though I can't go to my graduation. And then you're going to be a jerk to this kid who lost something immediately, was one of the first people to lose something in this pandemic were the graduating seniors.
Yep.
So think about the mindset that kid is in, and then you're coming along and doing this. You don't want to wear a mask. You can't wait for your ice cream. Like he said, this isn't a trauma center. Like, it's ice cream. Relax. And so,
it blows my mind even more than that.
What?
That's like a life comfort, right? So these people are risking themselves in this climate to come back and provide you a life comfort, and you're a dick. You're a
just
dick.
A sense of normalcy, and you're being an ass.
Yeah. No.
So how is it that we're gonna, find our humanity within this, trying to get back to normal? If this is what happens, and this is a small business, this isn't a corporation where there's the evil overlords that are just in it for money. This is your neighbor.
Yeah, listen, like, people, you have to chill out. Like, you literally have to step back for a second and find some kind of levity here and start to chill out. Because again, at the same time, we need people. These small businesses, a lot of these businesses aren't going to make it. And here's the thing, right? If I'm a small business owner, we're small business owners. We are, like, so I'm not going to take that laying down. If I got to follow the proper procedures and make sure that I can get everybody prepped. I mean, for God's sakes, the guy was in the interview with his mask on. He's not playing around. This shit's not a game. He had glasses and a mask on. Like, he's not playing any games here, people. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, respect that man and respect his business and respect his right to do so. And, there wasn't no massive, you have to shut down here. People aren't being fined or dragged out like that lady in Texas was. But again, even she beat the case. Because at the end of the day, you have some liberties. This also goes to prove that all these people screaming about martial law, if there's any martial law being applied, it's society applying that pressure, not the government. You people are tripping. You got to learn how to chill out.
Yeah, no one's taking your rights. And so I want to actually connect this to a situation that I experienced yesterday. As a matter of fact, at Greasy Luck. Shout outs to Greasy Luck, by the way, for being professional in the way that they're handling things, and even how they're engaging with their customers when their customers are upset. Yesterday, or actually today's Marion's birthday. Yesterday was Mother's Day. Yeah, so happy birthday. All that good stuff. Love her. Great job. But so we went there and we placed our order about an hour and a half in advance. And so we show up, go to get our food, and people are grumbling in line because we're getting our food. And they're like, well, I've been waiting for an hour. It's like, well, we called an hour and a half ago and we showed up at the correct time. Like, don't be mad at the employee because we followed the proper protocol.
Or plan ahead, you dickheads.
That's
ahead.
Plan ahead. Follow the protocol. Be like, so I got, we got to witness it happen in our own restaurant that we frequented after hearing about it here. So people are getting restless and it's getting to them. But like, we have to tie down and realize everyone's adjusting. Have patience. Like you said, patience and kindness. That will get you way further in this situation than being a jerk, because people are on edge. People are looking to fight. If you froggy and you leap, you about to get touched. And a lot of people are forgetting that.
It's so funny because people, like, you would think that because I talk the way I talk, I would probably be one of those people that's an asshole to like servers and shit. But I'm like, my wife literally looks at me like, did you just tip $20? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. I talk the way I talk because I actually care about people. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, like it's funny because it's these people that play nice. You know what I'm saying? I always call it like the fake namasteers and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they I meditate. But then when you actually get into a tough situation, we see why your ass needs meditation. You fucking weirdo. You don't know how to deal with shit. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like people got to step back and breathe, man. Because like here's the other thing too. I commend that man. He's a very nice man. But if I got teenagers working for me and someone accosts a teenager in front of me, right? I own this business, so I ain't like I'm gonna get fired. Right. I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. Like leave leave these teenagers alone. Can you imagine the pressure? Forget the adults, because we should know how to deal with this shit. Can you imagine the pressure that a teenager is under right now that can't go chill with their friends, can't socialize? Mm-hmm. People, grown-ups are talking about their social life. Right. Social activity is what develops your children into good or bad human beings in this world. And right now they're in social isolation. Let me tell you something. My wife's birthday passed. We both celebrating birthday weekends, right? Yeah. And the family came by and everybody had masks on. We had them all in the yard. We stayed in the yard. Everybody was back in like a circle and all this other stuff, right? And it's, how hard it was, because I said to my wife, I was like, I'm worried about the long-term effects that this is going to have on my daughter, because she's being told she can't walk up to her family members and hug them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And she's smart enough now. She's savvy enough now to understand. Like, I want to go to Grandma's house. She calls her Grandma, whatever. You know what I mean? I want to go to Grandma's house. I want to see Nana and Papa. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's hard because I don't have a way to be able to explain it to her. I mean, I think she gets it, but still, what are the long-term effects of that? We're not thinking about these long-term effects that these are going to have on people in the long run. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just not. It's not feasible to be treating people like this, for one, and it's definitely not feasible to be not understanding and being disrespectful to teenagers. Like, what kind of, I would fucking slap that person. Like, what kind of asshole are you to walk up to an ice cream shop and be a dickhead to teenagers just trying to earn $1? Exactly. Safely it's at safe. That. I can see you having an issue if they ain't got no mask in there, motherfuckers coughing on your vanilla and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're blowing snots on your jimmies. Like, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? But if you walk up, I feel, listen, when I drive up to anywhere now, when I got to go out and do stuff, I'm literally paying attention to the preparation that the staff has in that establishment before I partake in it. I'd rather you have the mask on and do what you need to do so I can enjoy some of these comforts. That's all we got. That's all we got right now. You know what I'm saying? So, again, don't be a dickhead to people, man.
And to go along with that, now, they're allowing a lot of things to happen online. And so if you want to be froggy, well, they are now allowing you to qualify for your license to carry online. Boom.
Don't play around. Don't play around.
Don't play. And I do want to shout out Renee Langley. She's always with us. The first one did come from her. She wanted me to check out, so that made it on the show. And then we had talked about the licensing to carry before, but she also brought that up to my attention to speak about as well. So yeah. With everything that's going on, we're, again, having to find ways to make things virtual, just like we're doing with the events, just like, with Vaha and all that. Well, the government is, too, saying, well, we still want to give you your rights. The rights that everyone's complaining about are being stifled and taken away. They said, well, you can get your license to carry online. Does that sound like they're taking away rights, Peter?
That sounds hella martial arts, don't it?
Jesus. Oh, man, we want to take over by force. By the way, you can now get your force that you weren't able to get before. Mm-hmm. Oh, so
listen, shout out to my wife. She got that license already. She been had it, man. Tell you right now.
Bang.
If you have a right that this country gives you and you don't like you should take advantage fully of those rights. I don't even care if you're like, yo, bro, if you're not like a pro gun person, you should at least still have the license just in case you change your mind. You know what I'm saying? Go through the process, you know what I'm saying? And just at least have the paperwork just in case you change your mind. So you can be like, you know what, I got mugged yesterday. Maybe I am a pro gunner now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Exactly. And that's and so what's crazy to me about the fact that people, you know, are talking about their rights being taken and things like that. And like you said, whether you're for it or against it, just have it. That is always a school of thought, because you got to think, when you get your license, if you got it at a younger age or 18, you didn't necessarily get your license when you had a car. You got it just in case you got a car. So that way you could operate that vehicle, or if you were with your friends, you would be able to operate that. So think about that the same way when it comes to this LTC. And now that it's virtual, it is more accessible. You don't have to travel an hour away to go to a class, right? You don't have to do that. You right in the comfort of your home. And it's 120 with live fire. Obviously, I don't think they're doing a live fire right now.
Well, it says with live fire, so I'm trying to. My wife just asked that too. Like, there's no live. Because I was gonna say that. Like, yeah, you definitely should make sure that people are shooting in front of you.
and here's the other thing. And then now, what happened recently with our laws in Mass, because Mass was not a very reciprocal state when it came to getting your license here didn't necessarily mean you could carry other places and sharing that. Well, 39 states now allow Massachusetts license holders to carry as well. So they have an option there for 240 for you to go ahead and get your multiple state license. So that way, when you can travel around, you're still good to go.
Babe, that's an investment I'm gonna make for you, baby. Yeah, look that up, babe, because you already got your license, so it shouldn't be that hard.
There you go. So we pounce that over. So I'm just having a lot of fun thinking of all the people that are sitting at home right now that are like about to get licensed and come out this on some new. So act crazy if you want to. People are prepping.
Yeah, nah, for real. Hey, listen, if you could take advantage of this time, you know what I'm saying? Because like, listen, think about it, right? So let's say y'all are talking martial law and all this crazy shit you're talking about, right? So what are you gonna do? Fucking make a slingshot? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
got this paper cutter.
Do what you got to do to protect yourself. Renee, definitely touch base with my wife. She can get you some of those details on how to expedite that process and get through that process. She's got good working relationships. She even worked at the department for a little while. So definitely make sure you reach out. Yeah, you should need to know how and what you're doing. Absolutely, because I it's funny because like I didn't get my license. It was shit in my past, whatever. I wasn't trying to do none of that shit. But I went to the shooting range with my wife all the time, right? And it was funny because we had to take that first safety class, right? Mm-hmm. So the guy was like, "Oh, do you have your license?" I was like, "Nah." He's like, "You have been licensed?" I was like, "Nah." So, so we sat down at the table. He was about to go over the basics. I'm already, oh, okay, yeah, no, we got this. He was like, military experience? I was like, nah. Just right. I told him, I was like, nah, just the hood, bro. Just the hood.
That's it, yo. That's it.
I think there's a time frame that you cannot be in trouble depending on what the crime is, and you can possibly get it. I think it's after how many years? Maybe my wife might know that.
Yeah, it was like 10.
Yeah, 10 years. I'm out that 10-year window. I'm about to go get my shit. Hold on, time out. Mm-hmm. I always like, I'm not even gonna say that out loud. Never mind. Fuck that.
He said, let me hold that.
Let me hold that. So yeah, man, like if you can and you qualify, go take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's 10 years. So Sean, you definitely got past the 10-year marker at 18. So not calling you old, nigga. What maybe? Nah, it's my dog. Shit, we both old, bro. We out here. Yeah, go look into it. You know what I mean? What's the harm in at least putting an inquiry out there? Because if shit goes south, I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, again, you're gonna fucking draw a sign and march? Like, that's not gonna work if shit goes south out here. I always think about the what ifs. They say prepare for the worst, hope for the best. So I'm always thinking like, what if the food supply change? What if the food supply chain changes? What if the lights go out tomorrow? What if what I'm saying? So like, at least one half of us has the license. You know what I'm saying? And and in the worst of the worst scenarios, what I'm saying, I would obviously be the person to take on the challenge, but at least we got our legality put together. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He said I was 18, so that was a lifetime ago. Yeah. So yeah, man, make sure you take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? And why not? You know what I mean? Why not? You know, like, listen, I might not, ever want to fly a plane all the time, but I want my pilot license. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
There
I
you
made
go.
some decisions personally in my life to stop smoking, and I think that that's going to work in my benefit for me to go actually take the course now. That's the only reason I didn't go take the course. You know what I mean? I was like, fly or high, fly or high. Now I've decided I want to fly after skydiving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to fly. I want to know how to jump out of that motherfucker, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So when this shit's all said and done, I'm definitely trying to go take some flight courses. So again, just, if you have the opportunity to, and you can afford it, go try it out, man. It's not even that expensive. That's the crazy part.
And I was gonna say that right now is kind of the time to do it. I know a lot of people are out of work and looking for new skills or things to keep themselves, but they're also getting that extra $600 from the CARES Act. So, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Sean, you don't look old. You look wise, brother. You look wise. He said I dyed my goatee because I looked old on here last time.
Oh my god,
nah, brother, you wise. You wise. Hey, we appreciate you, Kathy, always tuning in. Tell the youngins, man, we love them. God bless, man. We hope they're, staying vigilant out here and being smart, man. We appreciate you being a matriarch, holding those guys down, holding those guys and girls down.
Yeah. So I feel like the top half of the show, I have a lot of like guns and war and like acting up. So listen to this. This came across Marion and myself. We were sitting there and we were looking through our feed, and this came across from the military news. And it particularly piqued us because she just got back into service, and I was in the middle of going back in when the pandemic hit. So we both haven't been to our bases, and this came across saying that Iran hit its own warship with a missile, killing 19 people right off of their southern coast. And so I remember an episode that we had talked about, like, what does it mean with like the war, or are we vulnerable, and and China retaking position, in the ocean, like they overtook a position. We're moving towards Iran is actually firing shots. So Iran didn't fire a shot because they knew that was their ship. If you get what I'm saying.
Oh, exactly.
They fired a shot because they thought it was someone else's ship. The question is, whose ship did they think it was that they were ready to go to war with?
Yeah, thank you. Like, that's the key point here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I want to know in all of this.
Friendly fire happens, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, friendly fire happens, so that's not foreign, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is like, usually when you're shooting, you think it's somebody you got smoke with. So
exactly,
who was the intended target? Who did they think it was? That's really the question here. You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest, the only thing that kept flashing in my mind was us, because of, we killed their boy. And I'm like, so they didn't really make any gestures. They fired that shot that really wasn't a shot. And then I'm like, well, nothing else is really happening that's in the news, right? And I'll say in the news, because there's always something happening. We just may not be privy to it. But
the official story is that it occurred during a missile training exercise off the Gulf of Oman, when the vessel reportedly ventured too close to a target. Training, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, who knows, man? You can't play games in these times, you know what I'm saying? And like, people keep thinking like world conflicts are gonna stop. No, them shit's just still popping off. We just all watching COVID. Yep.
They're still now. What's funny is, and I don't want to let too much out, but when it comes to our military right now, the people that are here, they're not preparing like that. A lot of the bases are shut down. They're doing virtual UTAs, virtual training. So there's something fishy, and I'm just saying that's why this whole us fighting over our rights and internal consumption stuff can't be happening, because it will make us vulnerable. If we're conflicted within ourselves, that definitely leaves us open to an outside threat. And I'm not just talking outside threat as in coronavirus or COVID-19, right? Which is why we're in the state of emergency to begin with. But an outside threat that could actually want to physically harm us and take advantage of the fact that we're distracted by something as trivial as putting on a mask, yes or no. So people, be aware and be a part of the solution in this time, because just because you think it's about a mask, and I see a lot of the quote unquote conspiracy theorists talking about, oh, you still think this is about a virus? Fine, it's not about a virus. It's about getting us distracted so we fight with each other so someone else can attack us. Don't let them win. Buck up and do what's right for your neighbor. Do what's right for yourself, for anyone that you care about. Just do what's right for them in this instance, even if you think it's their responsibility to take care of themselves and their health. Well, put on a mask and help them out for a second. If they needed $20, would you give it to them?
Yeah.
And if you would do that, then spend the $5. We spent what, $40 on our mask. Spend the money on a mask and be like, that's what I'm giving to you to help you out. Think of it that way. All right. If you guys are fighting with your rights and so entangled, think of it that way. You hook someone up with a 20. All right.
So speaking of protecting people's rights or protecting people in general, I see you got a story here talking about the armed activists escort black lawmaker to Michigan Capitol after coronavirus protest attended by white supremacists. Wow, this is interesting. This is interesting. Go ahead, give us a little intro to that one while I pull that one up.
So, as you know, there was the big protest on Michigan at the Michigan State House there, and the protesters were armed. They were waving Trump signs, Confederate flags. Again, no, independent, whatever. But this is what they had. They had American flags, Confederate flags. They had Trump signs. They had MAGA hats, and they also had ARs and other, weaponry with them. And someone did get hit with the butt of a rifle during that, but no one was really hurt or arrested or anything. So black activists saw this and took it upon themselves to say, hey, we may not agree with everything that's going on, but one thing we can agree on is that if there's white supremacists there that are armed and they're upset with what's going on, we want to make sure that we're protecting our people. Don't feel any way about it. Anyone, it is what it is. White supremacists tend to attack people who aren't white. So they wanted to go and make sure that they escorted their lawmaker, because their lawmaker is one of the reasons why things are shut down or whatever. They wanted to make sure that they escorted her in and made sure she got there safely and was okay and could do her job for the people. And I respect that to the fullest. I don't care what they do the other times. They made the right decision right here, and they were armed legally. Okay?
Listen, man. Get the fuck out of here with these swastikas and shit, man. Like, come the fuck on. What? Listen, I don't even want to, let's not get into color. Let's get into evolution. All right. Let's have an evolution conversation real quick, right?
All right.
You motherfuckers are still in kindergarten. Like, you're still in the fucking sandbox and you're still arguing about crayons. We're not that evolved because we got guns and smartphones. Like, gotta stop the bullshit. This white supremacist shit is stupid. Racism anywhere is fucking stupid. Just all this mentalities of division and all of this shit is stupid. It's utterly fucking retarded at this point. Like, how long we been in existence? Let's say, you want to go biblical terms, 2000, you want to go, real terms, is much longer than that. And we still been in the fucking Crayola box. Like, bro, I'm so fucking sick of it. Like, grow up, grow the fuck up. AR, street legal, depends on which state you're in. It's not in Mass.
Yeah. And also, actually, you can have you can have rifles in Mass. I'm trying to think. My cousin
just not ARs. You can't have ARs.
My cousin. Well, then let me not say.
Yeah, shut up.
I know you couldn't have AKs, and I know you couldn't have M16s or.
Yeah, no, I wanted to get an AR.
I
wanted to get an AR. Can't have them. Can't have them.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Listen, man. Grow the fuck up. If you are racist, you are literally a devolved human being at this point. You understand what I'm saying? Honestly, like, I can understand our differences in culture, but even if you're like a homophobic at this point, like, you're fucking retarded, bro. Like, what does someone else's lifestyle have to do with yours? You understand what I'm saying? I used to be one of these people that was like, it's got to be in every movie, and I thought about it like, well, I wanted us to be in movies and play roles, and who gives a shit if the person that solves cancer is gay? Motherfucker, he solved cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, bring your gay ass over here and give me a shot, nigga. Like, exactly. Like, what the fuck are we talking about right now? So, like, we gotta get over this shit. Let to each their own. We gotta go back to that shit. To each their own.
And it was the saying, what you eat don't make me shit.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what it comes down to. What you eat don't make me shit. So let people kind of live their own lives.
Live your life, bro.
And as long as it's not causing you harm or anything like that, what do you care? You probably don't deal with the person that that you don't care for their lifestyle, you probably don't deal with them on a daily basis. Like
You don't.
anyway.
So why the fuck is it a problem? You don't. You don't be around them. You don't associate with them. What's your problem?
Yeah.
Like, get over yourselves, man. Get over yourselves. Evolve. To each their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that shit doesn't apply. So, like, I am being teach my own, and I hate motherfuckers. Well, you're a dickhead. You're a fucking dickhead. If you're a racist, homophobic, any kind of xenophobic, whatever, you're a dickhead at this point. Like, seriously, you're not helping push humanity forward. So you need to get the fuck out the way. Because, like, honestly, like, I got children to raise, and I'm not trying to raise them with the stigma that racism is going to be the only thing that they can deal with in life. I'm trying to raise them to see beyond those borders. I'm not even trying to put them in the same box that my mentality gets stuck in sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? Motherfuckers took our flag off the building. All right, that person was a dickhead. Not everybody. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll deal with that dickhead if I caught him. But listen, literally, we have to move beyond this shit. Nation bled a lot of blood to get rid of the Nazi shit. Should be banned.
Right.
I totally agree.
There's a whole world war over it.
The loophole, but see, we get into this is where legalities get us into a loophole because I totally agree with you. But there is an aspect of our Constitution that allows for anybody to have free thought and free speech. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like it's a hard thing because if
it's a give and take.
It is, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm not saying like listen. I can't tell you not to be racist, right? But I can tell you that if you are, you're a dickhead.
You're right.
It's just that simple. You understand what I'm saying? So like you got the right to feel however you want to feel, and if that right ever puts me in danger, I got the right to fuck you up.
Yeah,
it's just that simple.
Because you know what, and I read the comment and I get the direction of it because what I initially kind of thought about though after was, well, if we look at it like that way, then it would almost say if we fought a war against you, then you probably shouldn't be allowed to be in our country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you have German Americans here all the time.
And that was my thing. Like, hey, we let everyone in, so we're
cool with Germany now. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly, it's Russia we got.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it just depends on the situation. Just stop with the racist shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see two black guys on here doing your thing, fantastic, because we love being black. But that's not the sole identity to who we are. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're just a couple of guys that appreciate people and appreciate life, and you know what I'm saying. Don't want to be limited by people's racist ways. So stop with the bullshit. Like seriously. Yep. Get a fucking life, bro. Like find something else to do with yourself. Anything but being fucking archaic at this point. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're a fucking fossil. You know what I mean? You're a fucking fossil. Like seriously. Do you not see what's going on out here? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers got pandemics and shit. And you want to be outside marching with swastikas and shit in a pandemic? Like you're an asshole. Like literally, you're an asshole. You understand what I'm saying? Just be smart. You know what I'm saying? And I totally get what you're saying, Ian. Like I totally get what you're saying. I would love to be like ban that shit, but then it's the slippery slope, man. It is. It's a slippery slope because then we gotta watch out for who decides to be the person to ban what and why. You know, we gotta always account for human error and decisions. You know what I'm saying? It's just not autonomous
and reformation too.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Shit could change. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Fuck them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then like you understand too, like it's in India, I believe, that the swastika is actually a sign of peace.
Right. So different cultures.
Different things. You understand what I'm saying? You know, somebody could take something of love and turn it into hate easily. And then we'll end up banning something that is somebody's symbol of love. You know what I mean? It's just tough. It's a very thin line to walk. And you know, our laws don't make it any easier. You guys too nice with the logic and sound. Agree. Yeah. Nah. No, don't get this shit twisted, Ian. If a motherfucker walk up me with a swastika, I'd rather that. So I know you want the smoke, and I'm gonna fuck you up on sight. Don't get this shit twisted. I be escorting her, and somebody definitely would have got their ass beat. I'm not with the shits. If I see somebody with a swastika on some I hate nigga shit, I'm a nice guy. I'm about the community. I still will fuck you up on sight. Like, don't get it twisted. I just understand the duality of human beings. Sometimes people need their ass whooped to learn. I'm gonna be honest, like most of the society right now needs to get kicked in the fucking face so they can understand consequence. Because that's why people are bugging out at the ice cream shop owner. You don't know shit about getting your ass whooped.
Right, exactly. You think it's all vanilla and strawberry, but you got to catch these punches.
There's people that felt like the Black Panther movement was anti-American. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just interpreted. I totally get what you're saying. Totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that once we violate our constitutional whatever who gets to decide how that goes? And I really don't want to leave shit else up to the government to decide about our rights right now. You know what I'm saying?
And so, I mean, and that brings up an interesting conversation, right? Again, about what's constitutional and what's not. And a lot of people saying that what the government is doing right now is not constitutional, when the more correct statement, and I'm going to give them all a better argument point, is that though it is constitutional, I disagree with how they are exercising the constitutional ability. That's really the argument, okay? That you disagree with how they are using it, how they're exercising it. So if you run into someone that says it's unconstitutional, do not try to change their mind. Just give them the correct phraseology, because that's what gets people going down the rabbit hole of saying the wrong things about a constitution or a document that they've never even taken a look at before, or didn't do a Google search to say, is this in the Constitution and what amendment would it be? That's what we need to start, just doing to educate people so they can have better dialogue and better conversation, because they can't argue that it's unconstitutional once you do that. And people tend to, when they don't have the knowledge, then they want to get mad and do ad hominem attacks and all this stuff. And you can't have a fruitful conversation. So give them the correct tools in order to prolong the conversation, to try to find a common ground, or just agree to disagree.
But here's the other side too. Human beings got to grow up here about words. We got to get back to sticks and stones, dog. Because, like, honestly, like, if I do see the dude with the swastika, that's not enough for me to fuck you up. That's enough for me to tell you you're an idiot. And then if you do something for me to fuck you up, I'm going to oblige. But just the swastika in itself, or, I hate black people in itself, is not enough for me to fuck you up. You know what was enough for me to fuck you up? Taking my flag. That's an action. You know what I'm saying? Once you take your words into an action, I'm gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? But you can have all your words all you want. Like, I know how to talk shit back. You know what I'm saying? I could call you every saltine in the book if I need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't go about that life in my day to day. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta get thicker skin about people. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, honestly, our reactions give them that power. Right. If we stop reacting to their bullshit, they might feel fucking stupid at the end of the day. They might actually start just ignore these niggas, because as soon as we shine a light on them, that's exactly, they're wearing it for that. They're wearing that shit on their sleeve to shine light on them. These are people with a lot of times no lives, no friends, no social life, no nothing. And this is the only way. Listen, in 2020, especially with the internet age, if you can get attention through negativity, you will get it. You will seek it. And a lot of people are just hellacious with this shit, especially in the trolling area. You got people trolling, being racist. I think that was the deal with the kid that we talked about recently, where he did some shit in high school. Like, these motherfuckers just be trolling just for attention, because they have none in real life. They're not, people have tried to usurp and play games of what cool is, but you can't fucking define cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, people are cool in different ways and different aspects, and some people just try to use trends to be cool. But that shit don't last long unless you really exude that shit from your pores. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't fucking imitate some people's balls. You can't imitate some people's ovary power. You can't imitate some people's ability to be great. You understand what I'm saying? You can play games with it, but it's going to be short-lived. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh man, and you're segueing into an interesting conversation about what can be faked in the trolling era and all this stuff. But before we head there, I do want to say, like, you have to have the mentality of you can't be chased if you're not running. And so that's the same thing when it comes to these people wearing things and essentially peacocking to get the attention that they're looking for. If we don't give it, then they can't have it. And that's always got to be the mentality behind it. And like you said, unless it comes to an action. Once you take an action,
like Ian, we're talking the same thing, because you just said it right there. I guess I draw the line when someone's free speech hurts my family. That's period. Yo, I would even go as far to say, you can call me a nigga, all that, right? Because I'm just gonna talk shit back. If you make a threat, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
But if you just want some like nigger,
right,
I'm like cracker the cracker.
Exactly,
fuck, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck.
And that's and that's the same situation that happened to me in New Jersey, where when we were at the bar, and it went from, he was talking shit about Obama and monkeys in the White House and all this stuff. And then he turned it to me when I said, "Yo, it sounds like you had a little too much to drink." And he said, "See, this nigga here is trying to tell me what I can and can't do. They're starting already." And when he took that turn to there and then go, "I should just kill him now." Oh,
all right.
okay.
Well, there we go. There we go.
Now
we rocking, baby.
Now we rocking.
Now we rocking. We are rocking.
Saddle up the show.
If you be like, "I don't like this nigga. I don't like you either, motherfucker."
Right, exactly.
Period. Get the fuck out my face. But if you be like, "I don't like this nigga, I'm gonna fuck you up." Well, let's go outside.
Oh yeah, then yeah. Now we gotta do something. Now we gotta do something.
This way, that way, whatever way you want to go, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so
no, we gotta teach Ian. We have to teach our kids to not let words be the shit that kill them, because this is what got kids killing themselves. These kids are killing themselves over fucking words. No. I am not like, and again, I respect your ability to agree to disagree, but I have not taught one of my children to let a word determine their fate or change how they're gonna go about life. We don't have that luxury as black people. That's what this conversation's about. So if I let every single nigger bother me when I was growing up, I wouldn't be here right now. Exactly. I wouldn't accomplish nothing. No. Words hurt. Yes, they hurt. But there's a difference between, especially as soldiers, you also understand. Nigga, you think your drill sergeant screaming in your fucking face don't hurt?
Oh, yeah.
But what he knows is that he's getting you mentally stronger to deal with the physical shit in life.
Yeah.
We're not that soft. We can't be that soft about life, dog. We gotta be able to take niggas' words and shit on them with their own shit.
And to that point, I know this isn't on our agenda, but there was a case where the girl was the guy wanted to commit suicide, and then the girl told him, don't be a punk, like just follow through.
Yeah, the chick out here. Yeah. And then she just got out recently too.
Yeah, and she just got out recently, which is that's probably why that was on my mind. But it's like I had to talk to Marion about that, and I felt differently from her, because I was like, honestly, if someone wants to kill themselves, you're not going to be able to stop them. And if someone doesn't want to, the words typically aren't going to push them over the edge. In psychology, they call it a cry for help. When someone tries to give you a warning sign, if they go, "I'm going to kill myself or they're trying to give you a warning sign, so that way you can intervene. You can say something nice. You can try to stop them, all that stuff. The young man had tried to kill himself multiple times. And my question to Marion was, so do we go and bring the mom up on any charges for those other times? Because he said that the reason why he wanted to end his life before was because of his mom.
Yeah.
So what do we do?
And I don't agree with something happening. I mean, I do not agree with something happening to her.
Right.
Which it did.
Right.
And I think it's commensurate to what happened. Do I think she should have did a life bit over it? Nah. But what happened? Yeah. She should get that. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really got a problem with the time that she served. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, there should be some repercussions, because if she don't learn from that, again, words are persuasive, words are powerful, but it's on us to teach our children and to teach our community how to deal with that. You understand what I'm saying? That's not going to be a problem for any of my kids. You understand what I'm saying? It's just not. Like, I'm not fucking having, when they come to me like, he said so-and-so, and I'm going to be, what did you say?
Right.
Use your words.
That's
I fight words with words. I fight hands with hands. I fight guns with guns. It depends on what you want to do, baby. But if you're just talking some shit, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's talk shit.
Let's roast.
I'm black. You think being called a nigga isn't bothersome? Yeah, it is. But I don't give a fuck. I could talk shit.
Right.
I got a million white tropes. I got a million whatever tropes. You want to play games? Let's play games.
Right.
And I'll even, if I really want to fuck you up, then I'm just going to say something so hellacious to make you want to fight.
Exactly.
And then we going to fight. But we got to get past the words, and I'm going to trigger you to be that motherfucker to take the leap. So I'm protected.
Right. Exactly.
Look, think like this. If you tell your kid to react over words and they go to court and be like, he called me a nigger, well, you beat him up. Well, your kid's still catching that case.
All day.
You're not catching that much for a nigga because you got freedom of speech. But your kid's catching that case over words. No. Now, if that motherfucker calls your kid a nigga and you be like, whatever, saltine, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And then that motherfucker shoves you, ding, ding, motherfucker. Ding. I want you to swing. Like, people are so scary they want the first swing. No, I like to be legally covered. I want you to swing. I know how to do this. I'm whoop, boop, boop, boop. Y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that, right? He swung, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. I've always been that.
Yeah, words are words. You know what I'm saying? Like fight words with words. That's what Congress is all about. The motherfuckers be like, you suck, Republicans.
Yep.
You suck worse, Democrats.
Exactly.
And then if it gotta get physical, it gotta get physical. But let them be the ones baited into being physical. Because in the game, in the line of the words of the law, you're gonna fail for reacting. Being the first one to react. You're gonna go to jail, bro. You're gonna be charged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, looking at the escalation process, even going through the police department, like seeing what qualifies them to use deadly force or, you know, elevating lethal force, all that stuff. It's a very thin line. You can pull your arm a certain way and they can say, well, I felt like that was a threat and therefore now I can do something. It's small and people don't realize how small it is until they're hemmed up and caught up in something. And we need to start teaching ourselves, teaching our children, teaching everyone about how that escalation process actually works on a legal scale. Hey, thank you, Ian, for you know, dropping in, and we look forward to having you circle back around, brother. But yeah, so just, you know, be careful out there. Don't let words get you caught up.
You think I'm gonna have my daughter out here overreacting when somebody calls her a bitch?
Right.
Nah, fam. No. Do you even think I'm gonna overreact if somebody calls her a bitch? Now there was a time where I was like, I'll fucking rip your fucking head off.
Right.
But I gotta teach her that words are words, fam. I gotta take because again, like, you all hear it all the time. The easier you are to trigger, the easier you are to manipulate and to control.
Yep. Exactly.
Don't be a pawn in someone else's game. You know what I mean? They're trying to get you to move. You feel what I'm saying? Like, especially when these motherfuckers call you nigga, they hoping you punch them in the face so you can get that case.
Yep.
And they just got, and they get chastised, you get a case, and your record's fucked up. Nah, bro. I'm gonna talk that shit.
Exactly. Well, so let's hop on to a topic that has a lot to do with triggering. Has a lot to do with trolling and attention and words.
Oh, we going here right now?
Oh, we going.
I'm so happy we're going here.
Teksahi 6ix9ine back at it again with a music video, with new music, while he's out on house arrest, got out of prison early due to COVID-19. You know, he went in snitching and he's coming out snitching. Let's talk about, and the thing is, he ain't even doing it with humility or nothing. He came out brazen with it. When we first covered it, he came out and he had his profile picture with the him sitting on a mousetrap eating the cheese. And his profile said something to the effect of like, people are calling me a rat. What, did I miss something? And now we got him back with the music video, house arrest. He's hiding out and he is literally talking shit to everybody. So let's pull this up.
So this is gonna be a deep dive for people who don't know, because we know we have some viewers on here that aren't privy. You know, we're music background, you know, oriented guys. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing this through the entertainment thing and all of that. We just bring balance to the game, make sure that people keep it balanced. But if you don't know, Teksahi 6ix9ine was a member of the Treyway gang. You know what I'm saying? Out of New York, a whole bunch of Bloods and all that good stuff or whatever. And he basically, you know, went to them. He wasn't like a gangster or nothing, but he went to them and was like, yo, I'm willing to sign up to the life if you guys provide me protection and all that stuff through the industry and everything like that. And he actually ordered them to do some things and things like that. But then during the, you know, somewhere down the line, they started doing him wrong as well. But there's a whole aspect to gang life and civilian life, and we're going to get into a deep dive about that. But before we go there, I just wanted to give you some backstory so you can understand what this video is going to be about. So basically, when they got caught up in a RICO charge, he basically snitched on everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then basically, he only served like 1.5 years in jail. You're supposed to do 2 years. He served 1.5 years. Now he's home. And, you know, a lot of people question, especially in hip hop, if you snitch, will you be able to have a successful career? Will people still give you the same eyes and views and love that they do? Now, it's very interesting because I always told people, you're not able to differentiate the consumer from the hood. You understand what I'm saying? But we'll get into that. We'll deep dive into that. Just want to give you a little backstory before we get into this. So here's Teksahi 6ix9ine's first live video. It's 13 minutes long. So what we're going to do is we'll stop here and there at some of these funny parts. This guy's fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? But this shit's not a game at the same time. So we try to keep it balanced. But yeah, let's check this out real quick. Let me get straight to Tekashi. This motherfucker dancing the cops.
Trolling, baby.
So mind you, he just got home from snitching and he's dancing the cops, people. This motherfucker.
With cups.
Yeah.
When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn school and rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you
Get, you must get cool. Bruh, we broke the record. What happened?
Mind you, when this video started, he had 9,000 views. He's already up to 1.4 million now. We have to talk about why that is, though, when we get there.
I wouldn't even get one. Yo, what's the vibes? What's the vibes? Huh? What's the vibes? Y'all ain't getting money. Talking hot shit. That's no flash. That's the front camera. That's the front camera. What happened? Y'all counting me out? Nah.
This motherfucker is crazy, people. Okay?
Yeah.
He's crazy. Hold on, let's go a little deeper in here.
Fuck all them niggas I used to run with.
Let's get to the part where he talks.
I'm gonna get back to this. Hold on. Let me take all this jewelry off. I don't give my old jewelry back to get new jewelry. This is $500,000. $500,000. Look at the diamonds in them teeth. And nobody got this watch. Well, I think like two people got it, but if you don't got this watch, we can't beef. Me and you are not in the same bracket at all. If you don't got this watch right here, this watch right here, this watch over $500,000, why we can't beef? I broke the YouTube. I'm at 5 million views in 1 hour. Y'all can't even get 100,000 views. Listen.
This nigga's talking hella shit. Mind you, this guy came home from snitching.
Y'all know this.
Right.
Listen, you know the legendary shit that I be talking about? You know why people so mad? Because they thought it was over for me. They counted me out. Oh, you ratted, it's over for you. Y'all could never cooperate with the government and come back. Y'all can never do that. I'm a living legend at the age of 20.
Wait a minute.
He said it.
Do y'all listen, man? I know everybody that watches is not a street person, but goddamn, you had to watch a mafia movie or something, man. Like, you know how this shit work in The Godfather. He should be waking up with a horse's head in his fucking bed.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is going on in the world? He said it, dog. Like, it's clear as day, man. This shit is crazy. Hold on, let's continue.
24 years old. You hear me? Look at these 1.6 million. Shout out to Tory, shout out to Drake, shout out to Bad Bunny. Y'all niggas can never stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Look at this 1.6 million. 1.6 million. We can't beef. Me and y'all not the same. Why I keep hearing King of New York, King of New York? Y'all not the Kings of New York. Look at the numbers. Why he winning right now, yo? How y'all let that kid rat, right? How y'all let him rat and come home to still get more numbers than us, break all the records? Why y'all can't stand it or something? Y'all can't stand it. Y'all can't listen. You live your whole life, right? You live your whole life trying to be a real nigga. And this is me. This is real Danny shit. Fuck 6ix9ine, right? Ooh. This is some Daniel Hernandez shit. You live your whole life trying to be a real nigga, trying to be a stand-up, tall, loyal guy. To try to shit on a kid like me, to be like, yo, fuck that. He's a rat. He's a rat. He's a rat. He's a rat. To be like, yo, he ratted. To then a rat like me to come home and still do more numbers than you, I would be mad too. I would be mad too. If a rat came home and did more numbers than me, I would be mad too.
Though.
I would. I promise you, I would be mad. If a rat came home to the way I came home and did more numbers than me, I would be mad. You have every reason to be mad. Every reason. Because no matter how much dirt y'all throw on my name, no matter, and I seen everything. Everybody want to be quiet now. For 2 years, y'all made fun of me. Y'all done made memes of me. Y'all done threw my name in the dirt. Yo, rat, bitch, fucking. Y'all didn't go through what I went through. And I still came home, and I'm a legend at the age of 24 years old because I came home and a rat is doing more numbers than you. I would be mad too. I would. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. A real nigga wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I would go home sleeping like, why is this kid doing better than me? I wouldn't be able to sleep. I don't blame you, nigga. I don't blame you. I would be mad too. I would be mad. If a nigga ratted and I spend my whole life trying to be a real nigga, I'd be mad too. I'm sorry.
Right,
I'm
Brenda.
sorry. Like I'm genuinely sorry. And another thing I want to address for the King of New York shit, let's cut that out. Little boy, sit down. If you don't got this watch, I'm not beefing with anybody from New York if you don't got this watch.
Oh,
if you don't got this watch right here, you a little boy to me. I'll kiss you on your forehead. You a little boy.
No, God, no. Oh,
Wait.
God, no.
Wait.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He Pinocchio kissing. Oh, God.
Oh man, yo,
I'll kiss you on your forehead.
Brenda, I totally agree with you, but here's the craziest part. The culture has changed so much that people are going to support him because it wasn't just this live video that hit 2 million views. He literally did break the record and hit 5 million views in an hour on YouTube, and his videos like somewhere in like, I don't even know, man. We'll tell you in a second. We're going to bring that up a little bit later too, but like we're going to spend a little deep dive on this Teksahi situation because listen, there's teachable moments here. We're going to get into that after we get through the video, and then we'll go into some of the other stuff. There's definitely some teachable moments here, but this nigga's just said, little boy, I'll kiss you on your forehead. He's a psycho.
Sit down. King's home. It's over. It's over. Y'all got, and I get it. If you got one Richard Mille, nigga, this all mine, nigga. No, I'm fronting them. Whatever y'all rappers do, nigga, it's mine, nigga. All 4 cars, Lambo, Lamborghini Aventador, Wraith, McLaren, G-Wagon. You name it, nigga. All mine, all bought out. Y'all can't fuck with me. Y'all can't compete with me. And I'm gonna let y'all niggas know that.
So this is the part where I got to talk to y'all about having a soul. You know? Like, when you go down the list of shit that you have in materials can come and go so fucking fast. What about having a soul? What about having friends and relationships? What about, you know, being able to walk outside without looking over your shoulder? What about, you know, all the families that you affected when you ask people to do certain shit for you and then you want to turn around and take the least charge because you're the first one that made a deal and you have money to pay people off? What about, you know what I'm saying? The fact that you said you was going to live a life, you know what I'm saying? Even though everybody knew you wasn't going to live that life, and then, you know, shit changing, you know what I'm saying? We'll get into a little bit deeper dive. I don't want to give it up because he talks about some of the reasons why he feels like he did what he did. But then after that, we'll talk about, you know, the differences between gang life, civilian life, you know, hustler life. You know what I mean? Because there are differences between those 3 levels.
But I'm sorry, and now let me break it down. I'm sorry. I want to say that I'm sorry to my fans because you know what? It wasn't worth it. It wasn't. And I'm gonna tell you what. If there is a street code, right? If there is a street code and there's something so-called as loyalty and everything and no snitching and all of that, I get it, right? But where was the loyalty when you was sleeping with my baby mother? Where was the loyalty when you was caught on the wiretap trying to kill me? Where was the loyalty when you tried to kidnap my mother? Where was the loyalty when you was stealing millions of dollars from me? Where was that? So who broke it first? I get it. Don't fight fire with fire. I'm sorry. But what did I do wrong? Be loyal to niggas that's fucking my baby moms? Be loyal to niggas that kidnap me? Beat the shit out of me on video and everything? I'm supposed to be loyal to that? No, you know what? You know what it is? Y'all don't want to accept the fact that those is all true facts. Y'all don't want to y'all understand why I snitch. Y'all understand. Y'all don't want to understand. It's not that y'all don't understand. Y'all don't want to understand. Y'all don't want to understand that. Damn, this kid really was he moved their families out of poverty. He paid for school for all of the members, whatever. But he snitched on them. Why? Were they loyal to me? Because when I met Son, he was sleeping on the rug. I give him money. Yo, look, listen, I'm a rainbow Mexican hair kid. I rap. I'm not about that gang shit. But listen, I know how to get us out. You wasn't loyal to me, whether. But y'all understand. Let's just, y'all understand. And I know you understand. Y'all don't want to.
All right, let's stop on that. Let's stop on that for a second, right? I want you to give your opinion first. I know it differs from mine.
Well, the first thing I want to touch on is the fact that the reason why a lot of these people had to do the stuff that he asked them to do was because of his mouth.
Exactly.
So
It wasn't like, it was like, you know, oh, we just feel like doing some dumb shit.
Right. So, and this is where, like, and we kind of talked about it before, whatever, but I had this whole, like, is it the horse or the carrot? Like, which one are we putting first, chicken or the egg? Is it, he asked them to do the Goonie shit, then they did it, and then they got fed up doing the Goonie shit, so they went and did the other shit to him, and then he decided he was gonna, is it a tit for tat all the way up the ladder? But in respects, everyone's talking about loyalty. I just want to know, where's the first grain of loyalty at?
All right, so check it out. So before we even get into a discussion about loyalty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I never claimed to be a gang nigga. I was always like a gang affiliated nigga growing up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's differences, there's levels to this shit, right? So like, and one of the reasons I never wanted to deal with the gang is because some of their rules just blatantly didn't make sense, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But if you still heard those rules and then sign up, whether it be to your benefit for a record deal or whether it be to your benefit for whatever, you signed up. When you sign up to the mafia, you signed up, right? But even the mafia got a no women and children clause, right? At least that, you know, that's how they held it down for a long time. You really had to do something drastic to get your grandma shot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So, but again, like, you know, people only see reality based on their lifestyles, right? And what happens is people get lost in the sauce and don't want to understand the underworld is really what makes a lot of this shit run all the time. You know, all you kids are like popping Zans and all this goofy shit. There's a whole underworld that has to work in order for that shit to be able to be applicable to you. And that goes, and that underworld runs from the roots of the streets all the way to the doctor's office. You understand what I'm saying? This shit is a blanket of society that people don't want to accept. You know, people talk about the black market, but don't know shit about the black market. You got to wake up. You understand what I'm saying? So like, here's the thing. I do hear what he's saying about niggas being disloyal to him, right? And see, this is the thing, because I'm not a nigga that signed up for that kind of gang shit, but I was a street nigga having to handle my own just based on being forced in the nature of the environment. It's almost more dangerous if everybody wants the hood in the hood wants to gang up and you don't want to be a part of that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. This is why I would never fuck with none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, RIP to all the people I lost from Lenox Street, and, you know, niggas repping that gang hard and heavy, but I was just a nigga from Lenox Street, not a nigga that was repping Lenox Street. Yep. And the reason is because I saw niggas die over the goofiest shit, and I saw niggas even get portrayed by niggas in their own core. So if I'm not joining some shit if there's not gonna be a sense of loyalty to each other. But this nigga knew that. He knew that, right? And that's where the problem comes. And we're also got to remember that we're taking his side of the story only. Everybody else is locked up. They can't speak. They don't got a voice, right? So there could have been shit leading up to this. And let me throw this out there too. When he keeps talking about people banging his baby's mother, now I'm not saying there would be. I'm not saying that both of them are lying, but they would literally at this point, if you're facing a life sentence as Shotty just put out an interview recently with another platform. If you're facing a life sentence, there's literally no reason for you to say you didn't bang that nigga's baby mother. Right. But he's saying that he didn't, and she's saying that he didn't. I don't know. Again, this is a game of who to believe, what to believe, right? Right. But when it comes down to it, the bottom line is Daniel, him, Teksahi, don't put yourself into that situation. Don't infuse what would I do? No, what would he do based on the terms and conditions he signed up for?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my whole thing with this, bro. That's my whole thing. Don't ask me what the fuck I do, because I wouldn't have signed up to be a part of some shit that's gonna not be loyal to me, period. And if there's a clause in there that says, yeah, nah, if we fucking rape your mom, you can't say shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not riding with you niggas. Fuck out of here. I'd rather ride like Rambo, strapped up from head to toe, than to fucking I'd rather have 50 guns on me than 50 bums with me. Like, nah, what the fuck you talking about?
Because here's the thing, when there is no loyalty like that, it's like, what's the point of signing up? If someone can on a whim get caught up in their feelings and do something that's against the street code or the loyalty, and gang code is different from street code too. Like, so there's that. But that gang code there, if they do something that's against the gang code, and you can't retaliate because they're your blood, like, then shouldn't there be a bigger penalty on them for even crossing that line in the first place?
I don't be understanding how gang code overrules like family code, because like, you could be my cousin. If you do some shit crazy, I'll punch you in the fucking head, bro. Like, you're my cousin. I fought all my cousins. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't be understanding what this shit is. Yes. Yeah, you know, there's three sides of the story. His, the real, yours, his, and the real truth. Nah, that's a fact. But here's the thing, though. In the court documents, right? Because that's usually where you get to the nitty-gritty shit, right? The guy literally put hits out on Chief Keef. There was a gun fired at Chief Keef's event. I understand something. The Tiger King is sitting in jail for putting a hit out that didn't even happen.
Right.
And he said he never even did it. It's just saying that someone said that he put the hit out, right?
Right.
Nothing else other than this person's testimony, right? And that motherfucker doing 20 years. 20 years. And then you got this dude, just because it's a RICO situation, you know, and this is where you see the legal system's fucked up, right? Because DA's about getting there, you know, having high win percentages and all of that shit. You know, cops are about making sure they get as many arrests as they can to fill their quotas and all of that shit. And no one's thinking about the moral implications. I'll even go as far as to say maybe they were thinking about the moral implications of letting somebody like this kid back out. And knowing that he's going to change the culture of how niggas look at snitching under those terms and conditions. Not average civilian terms and conditions, not even street code terms and conditions, but gang terms and conditions. It's a whole different monster. Again, everybody keeps calling him a kid. That's another narrative we got to stop fucking doing here. Because that's the problem that I have with a lot of the youth that we help around here. You're not a fucking kid. You're in your 20s, bro. You're in your 20s. Like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit at the end of the day. And, you know, he sent a lot of people up to look at. What about there's 10 niggas that are locked up and doing hard double-digit numbers because of you, right? All them niggas didn't fuck your baby mama.
Right.
All them niggas didn't kidnap you. All them niggas didn't do all the wrongs that you said that were done.
Right.
But there's 10 of them behind bars. 10. So you gave up niggas that you didn't even have ill malice with.
Right. That you didn't have to give up. Well, you didn't.
And something that you signed up for. I'm not saying I agree with this lifestyle. I clearly don't, because that's why I refuse to sign up for the Linux shit. Because I lost too many people to that shit that wanted to just be gang. Linux had beef with everybody, and it didn't even make sense. Some of this shit was generational. I know, like somebody shot somebody's uncle fucking 40 years ago, and that's how this shit started.
Right.
Some shit that don't got nothing to do with the fuck my survival and my well-being. Now here's what's crazy though, because sometimes when you choose not to be a part of that gang, right? You're now in risk of the same shit you would have been dealing with anyway if you was down with them, which is niggas trying to get you in your own hood, and niggas trying to get you from different hoods just because you're from there.
Right.
You know, I went to Madison Park in Boston, right? And Madison Park it was the high school, but it's in the neighborhood, Madison Park Village. And there's in between Madison Park and Lenox Street, there's Ruggles. So now these Lenox niggas had killed the nigga from Madison Park. Nobody was fucking with us. And then they killed the nigga at Ruggles. But this was my walk to school. This was my walk every day. Do you think they gave a fuck if I was gang or whatever? No, they just knew I was from Lenox. So this is like, people don't understand the different dualities of living like through all of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy to navigate this shit. And you guys think it's a TV show, and I get it. It's entertainment to you because the industry's made it that way. But this shit's not cool, bro.
And that's the problem that I was gonna bring up, is that this whole thing with him became entertainment. Him talking shit to Chief Keef was entertainment until it became real. Him talking to any rapper that he had any beef with, talking, you know, even gang leaders that he had beef with, talking about he didn't have to check in when he stopped in Houston and in Cali, and literally bragging about not checking in with your big homie when you get to their city. He bragged about everything that he thought was stupid about the lifestyle. He went and bragged about it to make them upset, to antagonize them, and made it entertaining for the people who are watching. So he kept doing it. He was like, "Oh,
yo, listen,
they liked that video when I said I didn't check in. Oh, let me do that again."
Listen, if I sign up for that, if I sign a deal with the devil when he comes to collect my soul, what the fuck can I say?
It is right.
So again, I don't expect the average person to understand that at all. I expect the average person to hear what they're hearing and be like, yeah, I was going to rat too. That's because you're average. You're not in that situation. You didn't sign up for that. It's good to play the hypothetical game, but you're speaking from a hypothetical standpoint. You're not speaking from a real life, tangible standpoint.
Right.
You know, Meek Mill said something very interesting on this topic, and he said, y'all got to remember that a rat killed Nipsey. That the whole beef behind Nipsey dying was because a dude came into his shop and he said, yo, you got paperwork, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't have you around here. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Because Nipsey, even though we talk about him being a great person, his aspirations and all this other stuff, because there are people that was in gangs that understood, like, when this Crips blood shit started, people got to understand, this shit was to protect ourselves from unjust police and unjust government and all this other shit, just like the Panthers was. It was almost a form of defense, but then, you know, COINTELPRO gets involved and throws a little fires in there, you know what I'm saying, and gets us to go to war with each other. You know what I'm saying? And then we forget that shit over time, because now you combine that with the music industry that's encouraging you and rewarding you for goofy shit like this. And this is what we get stuck with. You understand what I'm saying? Now, my problem is like the long-term lesson for this and these children out here. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to end up like he did.
Right.
Everybody's not going to have, most are going to die.
They don't have fame.
Because the consumers are what's saving his life. The consumer that has no stake in the game is what's saving his life by providing him the funds he needs to still be able to move around the way he can. He's walking around with big goons now, but they're all professional bodyguards and they have no weight on this. You understand what I'm saying?
They're paid to do a job.
They're just paid to do a job. So again, you got to be smart, man, because if you think that you're watching this and this is the way to go, yo, listen, I almost feel bad that we lost Pop Smoke. I do feel bad. Not even almost. I made a song about it. Like, I feel bad that Pop Smoke's gone because that kid wasn't doing what this motherfucker was doing.
Nope.
You know, we lost Nipsey. He wasn't doing what this motherfucker was doing. We lost so many people. You know what I'm saying? And we get this kid who's literally gonna this is why I don't, when people keep asking me why I don't move the same way in hip-hop and music and shit, this is why. This is what I've been warning people about for the longest time. This is why I settled down. I looked at myself and I said, I'm gonna either trade another good woman for the game, or I'm going to sit my ass down and choose this good woman and accept that I've already met most of the people that I wanted to meet. Did I get the M's that I wanted? Nah, but I definitely got some K's.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And I'm good. Like, I stepped away. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a part, when you see reality TV, this is a product of that. When you see people accepting the trolling ways, this is a product of that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful for what, you know, we're putting out here into the universe, because there's a whole class of kids right now that just watch this nigga hit 2 million on Instagram and hit whatever millions on his video online, and it's seeing him flourishing from this shit, but don't understand the PSTD this nigga has from looking over his shoulder, from having to move around with bodyguards, from having to move the way he's got to move. But I'm gonna finish letting this nigga talk his shit real quick, and then we'll get into another aspect of this, you know, further explaining what we're talking about here.
Understand? All right, let me tell you, before I got locked up, fuck that rainbow hair nigga, fuck Teksahi Snout, fuck him, fuck that rainbow hair kid, fuck him, fuck that rainbow hair kid. Y'all didn't really have a reason to dislike me just because I screamed and raps and I got rainbow hair. That was y'all reason, right? Or he's mad, loud, that was y'all reason. But then now y'all got a reason, so of course the go-to is, oh, he snitched. He's a rat. So that's y'all go-to, which I understand, and I don't blame y'all. I can't blame y'all. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my fans because they don't deserve that. My family, my mother, my family don't deserve that. And I'm sorry. But y'all not gonna break me down like if I did something wrong. Listen, I snitched, I ratted. But who was I supposed to be loyal to? If you can't be loyal to me out here in the free world, and you fucking my baby mom, and while I'm out on tour making money for all of us, you back at home sleep with my baby mom, then I get kidnapped, then you try to kill me. If you can't be loyal to me out here in the free world, what makes you think if I would have held it down, you wouldn't violate me in the prison, stab me up, poke me up in my neck? What? I'm not gonna lose my life over a no hater, over no, yo, you did the wrong. Nah, y'all understand it. Y'all don't want to understand it. Y'all don't want to understand it. But anyway, look, I'm gonna put it like this, right? I love you guys. Thank you for helping me come back as strong as possible. I want to shout out my lawyer, Lance Lazaro. I want to shout out Michael Longier, Jacob Warren, I want to say thank you.
He just set up a hit
list.
list.
The judge for allowing me to come home to my family, to let me celebrate a birthday out here with my family. And I appreciate that. As much as you guys want to pay me out to be I appreciate every little thing, and I didn't do nothing wrong. Yes, I didn't need all of that beef. I didn't need that. Look, we everybody's saying here with 2 million viewers, right? I didn't need.
I'm done with this shit.
So this is what I wanna say something about. He's right. Like you said, take the mentality of your average person, right? Which is what he's doing. He's playing to the average mentality of if they're not loyal to you, what do you have to be loyal for or to? Like, who do you have to be loyal to? If you show good faith, whatever. But the part that you brought up that before I wasn't even really considering was the contractual side of it. And Renee brought up the same thing about the military. Like, you signed up for this. And so when you relate it to me like that, I'm like, yeah, he fucked up.
He's playing the game.
I can agree. I agree all day that they weren't loyal and it was probably a tit for tat and all that. But when you signed up for those rules, you knew what it was. Like he said, my family didn't deserve this. But then he listed other people that didn't deserve it either, that now people know their names to be like, oh, well, they're attached to him. If they were going to kidnap your mom or your baby moms and you and da-da-da-da, you think they may not be looking for the dudes who help get you free?
Listen, it's a risk assessment, bro. It's a basic ass risk assessment. Like he went to them knowing that this could happen, but he was willing to take that chance to get on.
Right.
That's all this is. That's all it is.
And he lost the bet. And now he doesn't want to accept.
No. I believe that the entire time he knew that this was a route he could take.
Nah.
I was just Danny, man. Man. That's why he started with the goofy shit in the video. Like, I'm Daniel.
Right. That's the first time I ever heard him really just call himself Daniel.
You were using the imagery of Treyway and this gang shit to build yourself up, right? Mm-hmm. And then when shit hits the fan, you don't got to pay none of the repercussions of the shit that you asked to be done. Mm-hmm. So again, as an average person, as an average citizen, if you don't understand that lifestyle, cool. Are you in the military? Nah, you don't understand that shit either. Are you a cop? Yeah. Nah, you don't understand that code either. So like, don't just apply your shit to this code, because that's what he's trying to play on right now. Right. You have to apply to what he signed up for. What he knew. Don't give me that. Oh, now I will play the advocate of the gang. You know, people said, well, the gang knew he wasn't a street nigga like that. Okay. And that's why I watched the interview with Shawty where he said, I'm not even mad at that kid. See, because that nigga's fully immersed in the code, that he knew that he was taking a risk assessment of the situation
because
too.
Because he wasn't of it.
He got no reason not to say he want to fuck that nigga up. He's in jail right now, and they probably sent that nigga the hell of numbers, football numbers. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't got no reason to not say some crazy shit right now. But literally, because he understands what he signed up for, that he's like, yo, it's whatever. Like, I can't say I didn't expect that if something happened, he wouldn't have fucking went crazy.
Yeah, he would have turned. Yeah.
So listen, man, you got to understand, you know, what people sign up for versus what you morally think.
Right.
You know, niggas sign up to go to war, right? And people be thinking, I'm just going to get free college and education. You're signing up to bust guns, nigga. Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like people, I have the same issue with police officers who be like, I fear for my life. You got a fucking job that fearing for your life comes with the fucking badge.
Right.
There's no way you're going to justify to me as a cop that you fear for your life. You signed up to go out into danger. Y'all watch too many fucking movies. This is not a power scene, son. And that's what happened. We made this shit so cool to watching TV that this shit is only because the kids are watching it through YouTube and shit. This is just another episode of TV to them. Right. They're not understanding the real life implications of the 8 or 9 people that were implicated in this process and doing football numbers that had nothing to do with what he was just talking about was fucked up. He just said niggas. He grouped them all into one thing, but all them niggas didn't fuck his baby's mother.
Nope.
3 of them niggas was supposedly the ones that robbed him. You get what I'm saying? So why? What happens to the other 7 niggas? You could have. You know why he gave them all up? So he could come home sooner.
Right. And safer in his mind, because if you leave half the group out, they might do the work for the other half.
Give you 5 years. That nigga wasn't trying to do 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga's not built for jail. Look, if he wasn't built for the life that he signed up for, you have nigga, there's no contract in jail. You just go, and this is what it is.
And in jail, they specifically look at your paperwork to be like, oh, you're a rat.
But listen,
oh, you did stuff with kids or whatever.
Listen, if he just rattled on the niggas that he didn't like and he still did 5 years, he wouldn't have survived. So he rattled on everybody to not end up in gym pop.
Mm-hmm.
To not, this isn't reality TV, it's actually reality. Exactly. But the problem is, who's that? That's Brenda, right? The problem is, Brenda, is that people's reality varies because they leave themselves inside these bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
I was a victim of it myself. I could only see, like, why is everybody so fucking happy all the time? I came from this shit. This shit's crazy. What you niggas smiling about? You niggas are smiling because you live a different reality to me. You're not dealing with the stress that I'm dealing with. You're not dealing with the shit that I'm dealing with. And then accepting that made me actually step into different realities. Like, let me step over here and see what this shit's actually like. Now I'm smiling and shit. I used to force the smile. You know what I'm saying? You see me in a picture and that shit was like, you know what I mean? But now like when you see me smiling in a picture, it's legit. And when you see me angry in a picture, it's legit because I now I converge those bubbles where I can appreciate both. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that don't understand anything about hardship. Most people are fucking diarrhea, bro. They just good at talking shit, but they soft shit in real life, bro. The internet has made people real bold with just talking shit, but nobody knows nothing about these. These motherfuckers thinking they doing something because they running around with hammers and don't know how to use these. You understand what I'm saying? Even a nigga that busts guns is not a brave nigga to me. Like, you're whack. Right. You're whack. I come from an era where you had to go up the ladder to get the guns. You had to go up the ladder. That's why I make songs about it. Like, people are like, why this nigga make song about punching people? Because, nigga, what happened to punching people?
Right. Like I said, escalation. There's a escalation process. Everyone
you know what happened to punching people? Because holding a gun in your hand and shooting somebody relatively, depending on what kind of gun you have, is no skill. No skill involved. You got some shit that'll spray up the whole block and kill little fucking kids. No skill involved. But these right here are the great fucking equalizers. Mm-hmm. And people are afraid to take any kind of L's in life. If a nigga's afraid to take an L from losing a girlfriend, you think they ain't afraid to take an ass whooping? These are the great equalizers, son. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not just talking some manly shit either. Women have to protect themselves too.
Right.
Gay people have to protect themselves. The community got to protect themselves. Learn how to use your fucking equalizers, people. Mm-hmm. Because cops show up after niggas are dead. Mm-hmm. Cops show up after something already fucking happened. The Vegas shooter, they couldn't stop that nigga. The school shootings, they couldn't stop that nigga. That's the aftermath. Cops show up in the aftermath. So what are you doing to protect yourself right now? And he knew that he didn't have this. And he didn't have this. He signed up for it. All he had was this, people. That's it. I'm out. And he ran that shit. You understand what I'm saying? He ran that shit. These people live in a different base reality. Some niggas will play with your reality to get what they want. And the whole time know that they have an exit. I'm the one with the face and the profile. My nigga, let's play conspiracy theory. I would even go as far as to say a part of his deal is somebody in the law enforcement is getting a cut of that nigga's money. This is the game we talking about here. Yeah, okay? This shit is not for a fact. We know cops get paid off.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
We know judges get paid off. And we know that he's a little cash cow because middle America is going to buy his shit.
Yep.
They're going to buy his shit.
And he's not scared to spend it.
So people that are surprised by, even though I understand the codes, I'm not surprised that he's getting the views that he's getting. I'm not surprised. We're in a fucking pandemic on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
This nigga is primetime TV for people who are just bored with life because they have no consequence in it. They have no stake in it. They just have opinions on it. Mm-hmm. Like, we got an opinion right now.
Right.
But the difference is I came from some shit where I seen each layer of how that shit can turn out for you.
Like, yeah.
And this nigga's not from some shit. He has no stake in the game when he's got middle America still going to buy his shit and insulate him because they don't care.
Right.
You know, we're talking about ethics here. What you signed up for. You made a deal with the devil. That's on you. So let's give you a case in point for you youngins out there that think this shit's a game. Because you keep thinking, oh, it's all cool. You know what I'm saying? He got the deal. He's still making his money. What do niggas care? I don't live that lifestyle, so you know I think he's fine. Da 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 da. All right, well let's see, because apparently he's so smart that he bought a crib in a neighborhood, a regular ass neighborhood, and thought nobody was gonna learn where the fuck he's at when niggas ran up on Pop Smoke and killed him easy, right? Right? Pop Smoke just took a picture of where he was at and motherfucker showed up, right? So let's check out this young lady who reacted to seeing this motherfucker out on his back porch hanging out and shit.
6ix9ine is literally, he moved into the house behind me. He's taking pictures.
Know that shit. The teeth, man. It's $1 million piece, you heard? No me arrepentí, ya no tengo bicho para ti. En el cuello ahora tengo 100,000. 100,000. That's $1 million right there. $1 million watch.
His jewelry costs more than that house. That's what he said.
So here's the game, right? So check out what happened. Dumbass was supposed to be trying to be smart about this. Is what I'm saying. He's not built like that. Because you get out, you snitch on niggas, and you thought just moving into be frank here, a white suburban neighborhood was going to be enough. And then Shorty, who obviously, again, is the people that I'm talking about, that is still geeked out by his presence and shit and buying his music and shit because they have no stake in that game, inadvertently gave up his location.
Right. Because she don't know.
Now check out the real life consequences, assholes. Check out the real life consequences. This motherfucker got to relocate. That's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about here. Now, here's what fucks me up. Nothing's going to happen to this nigga. And I don't want nothing to happen to him. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that to everything. What I'm talking about is repercussions. Repercussions, however the fuck you want to say it. I don't see in this time period where anybody's feeling froggy enough to hold down Shotty and him that bad. I didn't see niggas hold down Trayvon. Zimmerman walk around here auctioning off the gun and shit.
Right. With Skittles and Arizona tea.
You remember I said I'll fuck somebody up over their actions? If I see George Zimmerman, I got $250 for bail. I'm not going to kill him. I'll fuck him up on sight. That's on my mama. That's on my mama. Like, I don't hold no qualms about telling people, like, you can do things to get your ass beat. That doesn't mean I can't be somebody productive in the community. It means I'm teaching children and young people that there are lines in the sand, that if somebody puts their hands on you, is trying to harm you, learn how to fucking defend yourself. And in some cases, be the person that will fight the bully. Even if it ain't your fight. I was raised like that. I can't stand watching niggas bully people. Sean Puff was on here before. He tell you, like, I'm not a fight starter, but I'm damn sure a finisher. But this nigga don't got the right mentality. He's fucked up in the head, man. And now look, him playing those stupid games, stupid. And now your ass got to relocate. So tell me, is it worth it? Yes, he got the jewels and shit, but he can't walk the streets like that, man. Without 50 goons around him that he's paying off and spending money. He's bleeding money to live now.
And now you're easier to spot too, because you always got to have that entourage. Always. Never mind his hair and his tats and all that. You always have to have mad bodies around you. So let's get into the next part, because I want to talk a little bit about the cultural side of the cultural implications of some of this shit, right? And this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, this is why I don't fuck with music like that, bro. Like, I just make music. I make, like, when I want to hear something, I make it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've watched a lot of the people that I looked up to and revered in life become trash. You know what I'm saying? I watch, again, people are gonna be like, this is blasphemous. Why did he say that? Oh my God. Listen, I watch Nas do Hennessy commercials when he's got an alcoholism problem, and that's why him and fucking Khalees went through mad shit. Because they gave him a bag.
This is my idol, son. Like, I idolize Nas. But just because I could love God. But if God do something fucked up, I'm like, yo, bro, chill. Why? And people look at me crazy like, you would question God? Yes, he made me inquisitive.
Right.
She made me, because I really think God's a woman, made me inquisitive. Okay. I'm going to question fucking everything. You understand what I'm saying? But again, we got to get back into some of this shit. I hate to even, give this shit a view, but I want to talk about it because let's talk about he was granted, he's on house arrest, he's on house confinement, but he can still do things within his crib and proximity. Go ahead, Ty.
And I was going to say, I don't think anything is going to happen to him until they remove his bracelet. Like if something is going to happen, I think they're going to wait until they remove the bracelet because right now that gives his location, everything. So, you know what I mean?
So peep this, right? I told you yesterday he broke the 5 million view mark in the matter of a day.
Yeah.
This nigga
105
is at 105 million views in one day. We have to ask ourselves some questions as a society. We really do. Because I always say that we trade our comforts for bullshit now. You're talking about martial law taking your freedoms, nigga. You trade your freedoms for ice cream.
Right.
What are you talking about, you fucking weirdos? Like, stop. We gotta live in reality, dog. Like, I understand the good and the bad of this shit, and some people only understand the good or the bad. They don't want to live in this world where both exist. I love the ebbs and the flows. When the ebb comes, I know my shit's gonna flow hella crazy once I unclog this pipe. So I look at my ebbs completely differently now. Like I take my L's with honor, nigga. Like, oh, L, I wear that shit. This dub is coming, fam. Yeah, I'm LL out here because this dub is coming. I go from LL to Will Smith real quick, nigga.
Go.
Don't play games. And you got to learn to appreciate your losses enough to understand that that's what makes you, really, really, really appreciate your wins. It's the niggas that never lost nothing that'll always keep looking for these W's, and that shit's fleeting because you don't know what it's like to take a L. Mm-hmm. Like the participation trophy shit. I can't argue about it no more, right? But here's what I do to combat it. What I do to combat the participation trophy shit is, okay, we have 2 shelves. We're going to have 2 shelves in the house. Guess what? On little participation trophy shits, because you were there, I actually can see some value in the fact of saying you were there, but you're not a winner. There's going to be a fucking shelf for winning.
Mm-hmm.
Showing up is step 1. So we'll take that trophy and put it over here. That's going to go in that trophy case. It's not even got no lights, no nothing. That's a regular ass. That's just literally going to be. That's just literally going to be a board on the wall and be like, you were there, nigga. That's it.
No lights.
And then over here, we're going to have a fucking super decked out trophy case. LED TVs, all that shit. Like, replays of your fucking plays. Everything.
So highlights. Yeah.
So highlights. So you can appreciate your fucking wins. For real. And stop thinking everybody's a natural born winner. We're not. It's bullshit. I get fucking tight having to get people to understand that everybody's not going to be a winner because niggas are lazy. I know motherfuckers that are talented as shit, and you're a lazy piece of shit, and that's why you're not anywhere. And you sit around and blame the world instead of you stepping your fucking shit up. Step up. Step up. What's up, my nigga? Y'all looking like slaves. I don't know.
Okay.
I got a big ass yard and a nice house, nigga. I'm in the field, nigga. And like you see that, I'll pull that up because somebody signed in with a King Joe shit and got a no profile picture. My face is here, bro. I'm here. Step your shit up, loser. That's what I'm talking about. This is a nigga that's not winning.
Right.
You're not winning.
This is trolling. This is trolling.
Yeah, and I'm giving you some light, you fucking weirdo. I'm giving you light so niggas can see what I'm talking about. You're not winning. I'm winning. I got a wife, a child, a family who loves me. I understand my wins with my losses, and I damn sure know I ain't a slave. This is what I'm talking about, niggas not letting words affect you. I'll talk shit back. Put a picture up, Kenjo. Kenjo.
Right.
You fucking coward. You see what I'm saying? Talk shit back to these people. What's up, my nigga? Y'all looking like slaves. What's up, my nigga? Kiss my ass. Fuck you.
I mean, slaves were black.
I don't know who that motherfucker is, Puff. I don't care.
Slaves
They
were black. I mean, I guess I'm
they hide behind fucking niggas. All y'all do is yapping and wiping your ass or your mother's face, nigga.
I should hope you clean. I should hope you clean your ass, nigga. Like,
you don't wipe your ass. Don't come like real during COVID.
What world are you living in?
Yo, troll us some more, you fucking weirdo.
We normally stop at 2 hours, but if this keeps up, we gonna have some fun.
Yo, write some more shit. Come on. We need that shit because I gotta teach these kids.
Did that say fuck you men and show your tits? Like go back to the
fuck you men and show your tits. Wait, what kind of shit?
Oh, we're men.
We're men.
Okay.
Yo, you're
my
fuck
God.
your mom.
Oh,
hey man,
yeah.
it happens. It happens.
Oh,
your
my
mom got
God.
fucked. That's how you hear, you stupid motherfucker.
That's how you hear. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just chop up. This dude is a clown, right?
He's a clown. Like, yo, we love this
Straight
shit.
up.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yo, kids, learn what's going on right now. Somebody's talking shit, and we're talking shit. You look like a broke monkey. I live in a big house. You gotta state facts, you fucking dickhead. My yard is bigger than your apartment.
There you go. There you go. Oh my God.
No, you're gay. What if I was?
Right.
It's 2020, you weirdo.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's 2020. What are you talking about?
Yes, I like bananas and fried
Stupid
chicken,
monkey.
watermelon and juicy juice.
Oh
you
my
fucking
God.
dickhead. I love
this is great.
I love it.
Yo, this is great.
Yo, I love it. I love it, bro. Honestly, thank you.
Wait. Right, exactly. Wait, go to the next one. But our faces are here.
Wait, what?
Put your instead of fuck your asses, you put put your
We're
face
here.
up then.
We're here.
We're right here. I'm Tyson Moultrie. That right there is Lionel Walker. We use our real names.
We're here, baby.
We say we live in New Bedford. I don't know what else you want. It's a very nice house. Thank you, Renee. She can attest. Yes, both our houses are straight.
Yo, Ken Ho, whatever your name is, bro. I appreciate it. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all got to learn how to deal with these assholes. Like, I'm not gonna let nobody get me out of I know what my life is. I don't gotta prove nothing to this weirdo. I'm just gonna say and respond full of shit. Yeah. Okay.
Your house looks like my toilet full of shit. Well, you must have a nice looking toilet.
Yeah, you must got a nice ass toilet, bro. You probably
toilet. Live in the toilet, right? God dang. Oh.
Yeah. Yo, see what happened when y'all be drinking that toilet water, bro? Like, somebody get this nigga out of here. This is what I'm talking about. This is a nigga that's stuck in the Crayola box. This shit's hilarious. And you think I can't deal with niggas act like children? Learn the lesson. We talked about it. We
earlier.
We talked about it. This is what you do with these bozos. He can write all day. You know what you're doing right now, bro? You're adding views
engagement
and likes and getting people to understand that we practice what we preach. Somebody probably saw that earlier and said he's going to say let's fight. No, unless he say he want to fight.
Right. In which case he has the names and the locations.
Then my response is drop your addy. Mom got some nice ass and I fuck it while I'm sleeping. While you're sleeping, so you're dreaming about my mom? Thanks, bro. Why would I want an ugly mom, you dickhead?
That is. Yeah, this guy.
Yo, you gotta try harder.
Creeper.
You gotta try harder, bro. You gotta try harder.
That's a creeper.
That's that, bro. Try hard, bro. Come on, really? You look like shit on camera. Try harder, bro. Come on, I'm gonna give you some more. Try harder. I got time. This is our show. You know what happens when you're in control of your shit? You don't have a show. I got time. Come on, try harder. Give me another one. Give me another one. Give me another one. Come on.
Right. It's the 8 Mile Show live.
Fuck yourself.
Right,
Masturbation.
Justin.
Oh, bro, like masturbation is all right. Come on, bro. You gotta
8 Mile Show.
Yo, Ken, come on. I need some more. You gotta like actually sting me, bro.
Let's get this. Yo, Ken, I'm gonna hook you up. I ain't had a cut since the beginning of COVID.
Bro, I'm bald out here, nigga. We don't give a fuck.
I'm receding a little bit right here. Let me help you out with some stuff. I'm looking a little rugged. I'm looking like Denzel on a rough day. So, like, you know, if you want to get in there, I'm dark. If that helps you. I don't know if you can tell from the light, and I'm dark.
Where'd you go, Ken?
There's some stuff to go off. Let's
Ken,
go.
where'd you go? Ken, come on, bro. Don't stop now. Don't tell us we won. Don't tell us we trolled the troll.
I have a gap right here. In case you didn't see that.
Gap gang, baby. Gap gang. We don't give a shit.
Come on with it, Ken. Come on with it.
You gotta try harder, bro. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. People can't fuck with you when you're good with who you are, bro. Like, just be good with your reflection, bro. Is Ken 7?
It's Ken 7. He just learned how to type today.
Oh,
he's 7, but he looked a lot older.
Ken, please be a regular. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
We'll make an example out of you every day.
Yo,
Yo,
Ken,
this is what
I'm gonna send you the page, Ken, so you can like it and know anytime that we post the episode.
This is what I'm talking about when I keep telling y'all you can't fake cool. Like, look at this fool. He trying to fake cool. Like, nigga, I am cool. As a fucking cucumber, you loser.
Yeah.
He tried, bro.
Yo, I'm glad that Ken could bring some comedy to the topics, though. That was good.
Oh shit.
We didn't have too much to laugh about. That gave us something.
Oh
nice.
shit. Yo, that was a nice try, bro. Damn.
Oh, man.
Yo, where'd he go though? Did he leave? All right, I guess he left.
All
right. All right. Let's get back to the topic at hand. That was pretty fun. Oh, damn.
Sheesh.
I keep telling y'all, you can't fuck with us.
Yeah,
the Dinner Club podcast, nigga. We eat drama.
we adjust on the fly like pants, my nigga. Like, yo, what do you mean?
Yeah, that nigga tries so hard.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, your mom's not better than my mom.
It's like, all right, yeah. How was your Mother's Day, Ken? What did you do? God damn. Jesus.
Yo. Oh man. Oh man. Yo, R.I.P. to the troll.
Yeah.
Oh man. R.I.P. man. That's how you do it. Y'all just learned the lesson. All right. I hope y'all learned the lesson.
That's his bedtime.
So back to the king of trolling.
Yeah.
Let's
what if that was 6ix9ine?
Right? Right. That probably was.
He talking about me.
Like, no. He ain't got nothing to do in the house, nigga. No. All right. So while this nigga cools off about his loss right now,
Jesus.
Let's get into this next video. His mom came in the room and kicked him off the computer. Yo, Ken, how you show up to the fight trying to troll and you're getting jumped, son?
Yo, oh my goodness. He probably doesn't have a room. He probably is in the basement.
Yo, oh man. Oh shit. Yo, he tried. I'm in fucking tears right now. He tried. He really tried, bro. This is what I'm talking. Yo, bro. He tried. Right now. Hey, yo, I practice what I preach, bro. I hope y'all all just watch that. So this is my man Tyson. Like, that's how you treat him. That's how you treat these motherfuckers with words and fake profiles and shit. Yo, I'm from a different era, nigga. Like, I'm gonna say it to you.
That's it. Oh man.
Oh man. R.I.P. Ken, everybody. Moment of silence. Whoo! Welcome to the Dinner Club podcast. If you just tuned in, we just got done annihilating a troll. You can't do it to us, dog. And he tried to race bait on top of that. Like, damn, you just think all niggas is gonna like,
and
niggas,
he should have started. He should have started way slower. He went for it too quick.
Oh, he went.
We saw it coming.
Bro, he went balls deep. He went balls deep. Like, you can't diss niggas that don't care, bro.
Yeah.
My man fought wars in the field and I fought wars in the streets. We don't care.
I went through an election cycle that was tougher than that.
Oh, God. Damn. Damn. Oh man. I enjoyed that so much. All right. Let's get back to the video. So
exactly. Yeah.
I hate to add a view to this video, but I want to get you guys' thoughts on it because I have some thoughts on it. We'll deep dive into it afterwards. But this motherfucker's taking trolling to a whole new level. Check this one out.
I tell a nigga don't dick ride, don't blink ride, leave it to the double thick thighs, twin sisters. Drop it down and wobble up, mommy boot it up, she get down and gobble up, cause my money up. Slide in the belly trucker, the rave trucker, your bestie is a dick sucker, a big double, assalamu alaikum, you big hater.
I'm not gonna, that beat go though.
Cloud chaser, now we catch him at the chicken spot, up a couple chops, pop that nigga with 100 shots, they didn't make that nigga diddy bop, he thought we was going knuckle up, bitch I don't box, and these niggas always talking shit, yada yada yada, when you see me what you talking about, fuck you talking about, niggas always wanna chase clout, bitch I am clout, tell them get up on my face now, fuck. Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb, huh? Play me like a dummy, like bitch, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb, huh? Yeah, you got some money, but you still fucking ugly, stupid. Listen, when I talk, you better listen. We can make them dance, bachata, slide over, do the cha-cha, papa, make nigga go adios, dímelo, mami, freca, you nasty, flame up, light it. They see me and get excited. 2-step, spin around, slow fly, pilot, basic, been hot, way before coronavirus. Nigga, who did that? Nigga, who did what? Nigga, that's my shit. Don't bite it. Nigga, don't dick ride, don't blick ride. Leave it to the double thick thighs, twin sisters. Drop it down and wobble up. Mommy boot it up. Shake it down and gobble up. Put my money up. Slide in the belly trucker, the rape trucker. Your bestie is a dick sucker. A big double. Assalamu alaikum, you big hater. You nothing but a hater. Cloud chaser. You're mad. I'm back. Big mad. He's mad. She's mad. Big sad. Ha ha. Don't care. Stay mad. Bitch, I'm laughing cause you big mad. See it in your face, cry, baby, bitch, you big sad. Niggas tweeting about me, got me 20, bitch, you big sad. Tell me how I ride it, came home to a big bag.
And you know that boy.
So here's the problem, right? One, this is how these, what'd you say? I like his rainbow coat though. I ain't mad at that. Because like, here's the thing, right? I could not like you and like things about you.
Right.
And people get that fucked up. It's like, no, you got to all the way be like, all the way fuck him. No, it's not my personal investment in that situation. So he makes fucking crazy anthem type, crazy rock star music. You understand what I'm saying? There's not gonna be no stopping that, especially when he raps on those kind of beats. He goes crazy. But here's my problem. And this is where I go to, you know, being a black person. You understand what I'm saying? The way we utilize our sisters in these videos, you understand what I'm saying? The way we utilize this cartoonish aspect of like your body has to be a certain type and all this other shit, and you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, there was no artistry in that. Like people keep talking about like the videos, like no, there was just a whole bunch of ass and colors
and paint, yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? So like where? I don't see it. Like are we losing, you know, some reality behind? Now I'll give you this much. He kept that fucking energy when it came to trolling about his situation. I mean, the nigga put a rat head on himself. So I give you that much.
Yeah, with the animoji. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I definitely give him that much. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like again, the song is it's energy driven, you know what I'm saying? Even before all of this shit happened, I wasn't one of them people that was like, oh, he's a rainbow hair kid, and he, like the shit he was talking about, that was some internal shit he was feeling. Because I never felt that way. I felt like, who is this kid? And he can rap, you know what I'm saying? Not that he can rap. He can make an audibly pleasing track. You understand what I'm saying? Like, look, like I used to work out to some of that nigga shit. Like that shit would get me going, son. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't. When I see people posting great video and all this other shit, and I was like, I didn't feel that way.
Yeah, no.
I didn't feel that way. I felt like that song got the same kind of energy that I like to hear when I'm working out and shit. So it appeases the fucking animal in me for sure.
Yep.
But other than that, like there was no art. There was no art. You know what I'm saying? Like you thought art was you throwing paint on some bitches with fake asses? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, I think only 2 of them were real. Just a side note. I think though.
This nigga counted.
The purple, I think the purple and was it yellow or green?
Yeah, he had the Power Rangers out there and shit.
Yeah, he had the skills right.
Here's the problem. Yesterday he had 10 million views. Today he's got 105 million, and there's gonna be a whole bunch of kids that think that's the way. Yep. And here's the problem. YouTube, before he was locked up, YouTube wasn't counted as high as it is in the counts. That might have just made his song #1. This is a problem that's going to have long-term lasting effects. His production and his voice were great. Everything else felt cookie cutter. Yeah, nah, agreed. He had, like, listen, you know, it's like the R. Kelly shit. You know what I'm saying? I hate to bring it up, people, but let's go there.
Yeah.
R. Kelly's a savage with whatever, you know, if any of that shit's true, he's a savage. You understand what I'm saying? TP2 still fire.
Right.
Bill Cosby's a savage if any of that shit's true as far as like, you know, how they portray it to be, but the Cosby Show still fires. Right. I grew up on that shit. So, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I don't get it because you know what's crazy to me? People talk all that shit and then they'll watch a series about a serial killer and love the fucking series.
Right.
Love it. Like, oh, Manson was fucking great. What? Society's confused, man. Like, society's confused, man. Well, society's definitely confused right now.
And that's and Sean, you bring up a great point because Charlamagne said the same thing, and it's crazy because
I don't agree.
So, but Charlamagne said the same thing. He said, I'll give you like a year before you're like locked up or da. You're gonna get caught up in it, and it's testing out. I think he's gonna get touched. I don't know if he'll be dead though.
He's not gonna be dead. He's not gonna get touched.
You don't think he'll get touched?
Nope. Not at all. Nope. He knows where he can't go. And here's the other problem too. Some of the truth when he was talking about tax bracket is true because some of these gang niggas can't afford to get to him.
Right.
So if it was somebody, if it was a big enough fish, if all of those fish were big enough that he fried, it'd be a different game. Like, let me give you an example.
Those are all low level.
Yeah, let me give you an example. Jeezy, somebody he has problems with, I don't want to say no names, is coming home very soon. And 50 Cent are making jokes about Jeezy having to own up to some of those problems that he had with this person. Because that person's a big fish. He's a shark, not even a fucking fish, right? But here's the problem with 6ix9ine. He can completely avoid any areas where he has to worry about that shit because the middle America giving him 105 million views and putting money in his pocket is going to keep him isolated. He doesn't have to worry about it. He doesn't miss the hood. It'd be different if it was like a nigga like, I need the block. That's when he said this is Daniel talking, that really is Daniel, a goofy ass nigga that signed up for some shit that he knew he wasn't going to be able to apply. And then when it came down to it, he watched enough First 48 to say whoever snitches first wins. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. So no, I don't think they're gonna do shit to him. They're going to wait till no GPS on him. Nah, I don't think so. To be honest, like Justin, I would the old, of course, like I think like y'all think. So like, trust me, there was a point in time where I thought exactly like y'all. Because I grew up listening to him in high school and the ditch all of that. I have memories attached to music. Yeah. It's tough. I would before I would think exactly what y'all were thinking, but now not at all. Not at all.
How much the game's changed.
When Jay said it in 444. The streets is dead, bro. It's dead. There's some niggas still playing the game, but overall the shit's dead. There's some niggas still making some money, but we don't got Nino Browns running around everywhere. Like it's just, we don't got Frank Lucas running around everywhere. This shit is dead. You understand what I'm saying? Like we're in a surveillance state. So even if you are pushing drugs right now, you have to understand that you're to the point where it's big fish, little fish. You can stay a little fish and make a basic living, basically, middle class living, pushing drugs. But as soon as you hit them M's, they're coming to confiscate and get you, bro. Like there's no way in this age where people using all this digital shit that they don't know who's pumping drugs and who ain't, bro. Like it's just common sense, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can literally tell you if I'm a nigga that's just scrolling the newsfeed and can tell you who a dealer is. You think the cops can't?
Oh yeah.
Are you niggas okay? Like, are y'all stupid? Or are you dumb? No. What's the I didn't like that he stole that from fucking Remy too. But are you dumb? You know what I'm saying? And yes, a lot of people are dumb because a lot of people have spent a whole lot of time indicting themselves online. You know what I mean? A lot of people are dumb. And people always again because I talk like this. People like, oh, he's insensitive. No, I'm not. I'm actually sensitive enough to tell you what your limitations are sometimes so you can work on them.
Right.
It's the niggas that want to appease you all the time that don't want to help you grow. I got nowhere from yes men being around me. I got nowhere from yes women being around me. The chicks was rewarding me in my life before were rewarding me for all the negative shit. I married the woman that challenged me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just end of the day because that shit made me stronger. So yeah, man, this generation is totally different, bro. Totally different. And there's no going back now. We're in a different paradigm. It's a different game. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably spend like another 15 on here. We got a couple of loose topics we can throw around. I think definitely one we want to talk about because, man, we called it. Yeah. We called it. You know what I'm saying? It's just common sense. Like, listen, we'll get into the topic and we'll talk about it a little bit. Tyson, again, shout out to my man Tyson, man, because like, we've been balancing a lot, you know what I'm saying? He's taking over the responsibility of picking up a lot of these topics, and I appreciate a lot of the topics that he's picking up on. They've been really good, in my opinion, especially when we do the talk show side. So shout out to my man Tyson for doing his one, too, man. Let's pull this up real quick. Phone 107 finally got had a steam on this one and put this out. Oh no, wait, I stopped my cam. Don't do that. All right, so we talked about it. We warned people it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. It just didn't make. I mean, look at the picture.
That just looks like Corona cells on top of each other.
Like all you motherfuckers that thought this was going to happen in Corona season is crazy. Listen. Let me give you a base reality before we get deep into this. Conspiracy theories or not, something is running amok in society. Mm-hmm. And that something, whether it's hidden from us or not, we don't have the cure. So the social responsibility of protection is on each individual to make sounder choices. You can believe this shit's not real and go outside like all these states that are reopening and the numbers are spiking. You can believe that it's all bullshit. I don't care. I could think it's all bullshit, but still protect myself just in case. Like, are y'all betting people? Because
right. I'm trying to take the house.
I could have no cards that are gonna win this shit and decide, am I gonna bluff?
Right.
Or am I gonna fold and live to play the next hand? It's up to you. It's up to you, honestly. You know, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. You're real honest. I always keep people around me because it's true. Yes, people don't help you at all. No, they don't. They don't. Nobody helps you by telling you yes all the time. So again, we knew that this was going to happen. New Bedford's Feast, Blessed Sacrament, Feast of the Blessed Sacrament officially canceled. Again, look at the fucking picture. You know what I mean? Because this is what it's like every year. And you think, like, bro, the amount, even at the beach, you're not this close.
Right.
Even at a concert, you're not this close. Well, depending on the standing room. But you know, usually you have a certain amount of standing room and then some sitting room, and even that's a little gap. No, when you go to the feast, if you've ever been to the feast out here, it is nothing but hot bodies pressed on each other. I live in Rhode. We are slowly opening my ass in the house. Nah, it's true. Because listen, there is a balance to this where you want to go back outside, you want to partake in a lot of the things that you miss. Listen, I just talked to my brother earlier. We used to take our kids to the zoo all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's just something simple, and we miss that. You know what I'm saying? But we understand, you know, what's going. Listen, even if we don't understand what's going on here, something's going on.
Right.
Enough for a nigga to take precautions.
Yep, definitely.
You know, I'm out in the public all the time. I got to do all the shopping for the family, everything. So I said, well, I could think what do I rather, right? Would I rather look like a fool that wore a mask or some shit that wasn't real, or would I rather look like a fool that didn't wear the mask and caught some shit?
Right. Exactly.
It's just mitigating the risk. Like, it's not that foolish to throw on a mask, fam. It's just not. Like, it's irresponsible to think that it's really that big of a deal, and you're losing your freedoms because you're being asked to wear a mask. But places like Taiwan got their shit right immediately because they have a social thing embedded in their people that's about the benefit of other people. Yep. Taiwan is right next to China, and they avoided all of this shit that we're going through. And in fact, people's selfishness here is what's causing this shit to be crazier.
Right. And Taiwan, I want to just touch on that. Taiwan's so selfless that they gave the extra masks that they had in preparation to other places because they were so efficient. They were like, oh, we got these extra masks because we was ready. But here you go.
I'm with you, Sean. I only advise that you guys wear masks. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who got what and whatever. And I also would just advise that, you know, if you can, do it in an open space. Like, I got a big backyard, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, when the summer kicks in, we've talked about, you know, having a fire pit, you know what I'm saying? And having everybody sit way back. We can hear each other and still enjoy the yard. Just as long as, again, we're going to have way more than 6 feet. We're going to have at least 12 feet between each other, but still be able to enjoy the yard. I've been blessed enough to have this yard. I grew up in the projects, no yard. You feel what I'm saying? So, but yeah, let me see. Blessed surviving Corona, the feast of the blessed surviving Corona. I love the work, but I'm also a teacher now until the end of the school year. Going to the stores now is too much. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. You know, when this shit first started, we got some souped up masks. All right, so we're not playing. We got like some 3M masks that have P100 filters. Let me tell you how crazy this filter is. So over Mother's Day, I decided to get my wife her favorite meal. I was gonna cook it, but I ain't that good of a cook to be making this Portuguese steak shit. I looked at the fucking directions. I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna fuck this up. So let me just go get it from her favorite restaurant, right? And my mask is okay. So let me give you a hint. If you can smell things through your mask, if you can smell a fart through your mask, it's not that effective. Just to be honest with you. Now you're still lowering your chances, but it's not even close to 100. I'm just being honest with you. That's why they named, when they say N95, even the N95 is a 95% chance. It expels 95% of particles that it comes into contact with. Not all. I still would rather a 50% chance than no chance. So I'm not saying don't wear the mask, but I'm saying that if you're interested in getting the mask that we got, which is 100%, I wouldn't bought this meal. I forgot I was in a restaurant because I can't smell anything. Like all I smell is fresh air behind this mask. And I got in the car and it's time to take the mask off. That shit's so like it's like off my face and shit. And the smell of that steak hit me. My stomach was like, oh nigga, I need to eat this now.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how good the mask is.
Yep.
And I'm gonna again tell you guys one more time where to get this mask if you're in my area. You need to go to Ace Hardware on Dartmouth Street in Dartmouth. They still have them. They've had them since the beginning of this shit. All of the employees are wearing them in there. If you get a chance, please go get that mask and please utilize that mask. There's nothing that I feel safer out and about doing shit, period. Like I don't feel nothing when I'm out. I still see people, I still see people behind their mask like, nigga, I'm in the aisles two-stepping, going to get the milk and eggs. Like I don't give a shit now. You understand what I'm saying? So be careful. My man said they disinfected the streets. Yeah. What'd you say? My best friend's mother owns a scallop boat. We're gonna have Portuguese food and Madeira wine. Nice. You know what I'm saying? Just keep that distance and wear a mask and shit. Because I don't know if you guys been reading, but people been having dinner parties and shit and getting everybody fucked up. So be careful. That's all. Do what you gotta do. Just be careful. How much? The mask I got was $40 with the filter. I think it's about 50. They have some other options too, like Cool Flow and stuff like that. So again, get over there. What's dope about these masks that they come with filters. I wish I had one here. It's actually downstairs in a plastic bag. So it comes with filters. And then you put those filters on. Again, you can't even, all you smell is fresh air. You don't even you can't even smell nature and shit. It's just fresh air. You know what I'm saying? And then it has like a head strap and a chin strap that goes behind you to get a firm covering of your thing. And I can tell you this much. My wife got a couple of cloth masks for like quick in and out runs or whatever that we, she was like, here, just give you another option. I understand people totally 100% with the cloth mask. It's way more uncomfortable than the mask that I have. It's way more uncomfortable than the one I have. I'm getting mine tomorrow. Please make sure you do, Renee, before they run out, because I feel like luck has been on our side, and we've been trying to tell people this whole time to get those masks. I don't see it on. I seen it on Samia at BJ. Yeah, bro, this shit's not a game. Listen, because she wanted to meet her mom at BJ's. I stayed in the car with Nyla, so we play that game too. Like, I'm not gonna, because she's pregnant, but I don't want to limit her from being able to have certain interactions with her mom and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I am like, forceful, but nigga, it's a pandemic. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm like, nah, son, you're not doing that. Please, I love you. But if she goes into anywhere, she has to wear that mask. She's going to the doctor next month for the baby's appointment. She has to wear that mask, not the cloth one, that mask. And I'm just not hearing nothing else because I love her that much. You know what I'm saying? And I would expect her to be the same way with me. So yeah, man, I'm going to grab one tomorrow. I got that independent contract. Yeah, hell yeah. You better get that shit, son. Get them bags, baby. Get them bags. Whoop. So yeah, try to go over to Ace Hardware on Dartmouth Street in Dartmouth. They still got a few left. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I've been surprised that they still been getting them this long. I swear they got like a stockpile or something. Someone got the plug over there.
And I, to be honest, I said the price point is probably what keeps those masks preserved on the shelf.
Yeah, because people are like, oh, I could just get a $5 cloth mask. It's not the same. It's not the same game, bro. It's a fucking Honda versus the Ferrari, bro, of masks. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas out here blowing money on the retro Jordans. Go get this mask, you assholes. I don't, Sean. I do not let her leave the house without that mask, man. I even got one for the baby. It's harder to get a baby to wear a mask, so we do as much as we can to limit her having to go anywhere. I don't let her go into the stores or nothing. So one of us stays in the car while the other one goes in, or one of us stays home while the other one. Usually when I go out, they stay home, but when she wants to go out, I like to let the baby get out and get some air too inside the car and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But we won't let Nyla go into any stores that she doesn't need to be in, nothing like that. We take walks, you know what I'm saying? So we'll go out to like Fort Tabor because it seems to be that people not close to each other at all out there. We're blessed to be in an area where it has big open fields, so I'm comfortable with that. The fields are opening up that if I see somebody coming over here that's gonna try to be too close, I can whack them in the fucking head from a mile away. Because I'm not playing that shit. Like, don't walk up on me and my daughter. It's not a game. Even though they say virtually it's not affecting kids, there's still some kids that'll be infected. And you again, like, play the game of, you know, percentages. You don't want to be. I want to be 0% involved in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, not 1, not 2. I don't want to have nothing to do with this shit. I'm willing to punch a racist in the head all day if they put their hands on me, but I can't fight a virus, nigga. And actually I can just wear my mask and social distance. And
exactly. Like,
I'm honestly, like, I'm fucking this virus up, nigga.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Giving this virus
is getting the fucking hands. Let me tell you something. When I first went out in these masks, people were looking at me like I was crazy. Now I'm looking. Now I go out in these masks like, where'd you get that?
Yep.
Where?
Yeah,
that's right. It sure does lower your immune system. So we ain't playing no games. But yeah, man, the feast is canceled. We knew that was coming. I don't feel like reading this whole thing. We knew it was coming. I got a little video up here showing people how to do different things and drinks and stuff like that. But you get the picture. Like, this is not a game. You should not be trying to be at this at all. Even if it was gonna go on. You know, it's fucked up. I think these people would have been out there like this, bro. Like, they all would have been out there.
Oh yeah, people were like, "Oh no, you could have just not gone if you didn't want it."
Reckless.
But what they don't understand is that it's not just about the fact of you not going. It's the fact of percentages say that someone there is going to spread, and that whoever spreads is going to be moving about the city then. So it's not just about that event. It's about the implications of what can happen from that event. And that's what they're trying to avoid. Not so much that event is just going to be the hotbed for it, but it's what does that hotbed lead to? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people just don't have that foresight or cognitive ability to understand that.
So we did like 5 hours the other day on the podcast doing a music video review. I'm not trying to have us go into that territory, so I'm trying to get us out of here in the next 10 minutes. We really do appreciate everybody. So, but we've had a topic that's been on our agenda for a while, and we haven't gotten to touch it. And I'm ready to get this motherfucker off our back. This is our way of new life for at least the next 6 months to a year. Yo, you know what's crazy? Y'all ready for this one? So SARS-1, no vaccine. MERS, no vaccine. If you've been paying attention over the last few years, there's been subtle reports coming out about these new super viruses, which are that's what all of these are, that are ineffective against all antibiotics and stuff like that. I'm concerned with the fact that this can be much longer than we think. And here's what I want to give people advice on to help you deal with mental dexterity. Just assume such. Because stop giving yourself like
it earlier.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, treat life like if they say, "Oh, it's all over," you're surprised. Like, "Oh shit, all right, cool." Because not only are you dealing with the fact that you need to get a vaccine or some form of treatment for this virus, you also got to deal with how you're getting that to everybody. This shit's global. Yeah. Everybody, nigga. And then 3, how's your health insurance looking? Because if it ain't the greatest, you ain't first in line.
Right.
So just treat it, just mentally prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But prepare for the worst. Prepare for the fact that we're not going outside for the foreseeable, collectively in groups and, hugging and holding each other and shit for the foreseeable future. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather look at it that way than to have my hopes getting up every time they push the deadline back. Hold on, let me see. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad Thomas Clam isn't happening. Yeah, I know. Absolutely. People talk about the police state, but then they will go, I know.
He said, but the other thing is you gotta think, even with us, we look at it like, if we see each other, we still social distance and take precautions. Even though we know we're taking precautions separately. Even if we're within the same proximity, we do.
My dog came over and helped me do the gazebo for my mother's on Mother's Day. Thank you so much for that, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no,
I also want to, because I was emotional in my state after my mother had passed, and my brother was just trying to say that he was there for me at the time, and I was so emotional with the situation. I was distraught, and plus it was an election going on, so I wasn't sure how to perceive it. We were still kind of relatively new friends at that point, but I could never take away from the fact that this man helped me carry my mother into the church. You understand what I'm saying? He helped me. He literally showed up, came all the way down there with me. We hadn't known each other that long, and he helped me carry my mother in her casket up to the church. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll never, ever, ever forget that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a brother's keeper for real. He know that.
Yeah.
We're always gonna hang by each other's side. I'd rather fight this nigga than to forget this nigga.
Right.
So it is what it is. So appreciate you for that. Help me out this weekend. But with that being said, you know, we literally typically both wear masks, but then one of us has decide like, nah, nigga, you look a little hot. You take the mask off, and I'll wear the mask.
My allergies was fucking
His
me out.
allergies was fucking him up, and he was underneath that mask dying. The guy was like, nah, take it off. I got mine on. We're good. You know what I'm saying? And the same vice versa. As long as one of us has that layer of protection on each other, we're good. And we worked this shit out. We're smart.
Yep. And we had the sanitizer on deck too.
Yep. Sanitizer all day. So again, super dope. But I want to get into this last one because this one is interesting. We just hadn't had time to get into it till recently. It's always been at the end, and we juggled around a little bit. So we're gonna get into this one. Let's talk about this Ellen situation. Ellen DeGeneres, not so generous. I love the way he titles these shits too. This dude's hilarious.
So so I just wanted to touch on this real quick because you know everyone talks about the struggle that everyone was going through at the beginning of the pandemic and all this stuff. And so people forget that the production crews and there's so many people that go behind the scenes to make a show happen. And it's not just Ellen getting paid, right? It's not just the cameramen. There's, you know, gaffers and staffers and crowd wranglers and all this other stuff that make that show happen. Well, she had the opportunity to keep those people employed by building a set at home and all this great stuff. Well, she built the set at home. She did.
The set got built.
The set got built, but she didn't use unionized workers, which was supposed to be a requirement for TV production. But oops, the loophole is it's not really happening at the studio. So there's a loophole there. And so she took that opportunity to hire people that weren't unionized, which, okay, good, you hired people, but that's literally the staff that you normally work with. You said screw them when it comes to the money. And so what I found most interesting about this for me is we always talk about the intersectionality and struggle of the LGBTQ community, of women, and here we have a woman that is at the height of intersectionality and popularity, right? She's among one of the number one daytime show. I believe her and Steve Harvey have that. And she doesn't use her power and influence in a way to benefit those around her when it's going to be unseen. And I always tried to kind of like let people know, like, hey, Ellen's like nice on camera, like, you know what I mean? She's nice on camera. She does what she needs to do. She goes, those kids that get all those views from dancing and stuff, she doesn't really care. She cares at the fact that they went viral, and that helps her show. And so it's depicted here. It says, they say both, or actually, Peter, you read that because my glasses are not.
They say both DeGeneres and producers were non-communicative for weeks, slashed their pay when they did get in touch, and hired non-union outside workers to build a set for the show in DeGeneres' home so she could continue taping without them.
She said, I'm still going to get my bag. I don't know what you guys are going to do, though.
When DeGeneres resumed broadcasting, she said she wanted to start doing a new show as soon as possible. She claimed it was for my staff and crew. I love them. I miss them. The best thing I can do to support them is to keep the show on the air. But the crew is now saying the opposite is actually true and accused the host of ignoring them, hiring replacement workers, and slashing their pay. God damn. So if y'all love Ellen, man, y'all got to start holding these people to the fire. Y'all can't. This is what we be talking about all the time with people just seeing people on TV and thinking they're awesome. Yeah, exactly. I love Ellen. That's so messed up. Don't love these motherfuckers. What I say? Question everything.
And this is from the LGBTQ nation. This isn't like I guess what you would call a straight paper. This is news that is disseminating amongst their community. So if we're gonna have that energy when we always talk about, they talk about straightness and patriarchy and all this stuff. Well, how is her behavior measuring up to what you would expect someone who's experienced depressed or oppression or being held down because of their gender or because of their sexual orientation, and then you're not taking that same consideration during a pandemic? Forget a regular scenario, but during a pandemic when people are needing the work, needing the motivation, needing all that. And so I just thought that was interesting. And I wanted to bring that up and just let people kind of kick that around and say, are we really looking to hold these people accountable, or is this all for show?
Damn, son, like, look at this. Crew and staff say they were last paid in full for the week of March 16th. It is now May, people. And and that for weeks after that, they were left unsure if they would be getting paid, and if so, how much. When they did hear from a Warner Brothers representative, they were told their pay would be reduced. The pay was originally lowered by 2 hours of work compensation per day, but crew members say they were later told that they would only be paid for 16 hours a week. Wow.
That's a daily show, bro.
Wow. Yo,
Right.
listen.
Life changing.
All right, so if y'all felt some kind of way about, I mean, again, it's different circumstances, but when y'all was like, Bill Cosby, really? Stop doing that shit. That's being naive, nigga. These motherfuckers are human beings,
human.
bro.
They're
humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, people have all kind of conspiracy theories about Bill Gates, right? And I think Bill has done great innovations in the world, but I can't honestly say 100% that he ain't fucking Lex Luthor, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I could say that based on some of the actions that I've actually seen in his time, you know what I'm saying, and all his contributions and the money that he puts out, that I would err on the side of believing that a little bit more, because I don't see Ellen doing this. Y'all be thinking people be like, because you get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
That's not coming out of their personal money.
It's not. That shit's a tax write-off, you know what I'm saying? And it's a
production spend, it's marketing spend.
It's a ploy. It's a ploy to suck you back in and let's see who else gets a car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to know who's really legitimate about this shit and who ain't. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that, again, I've learned the hard way. I've been in the parking lot about to fight motherfuckers that was literally my idols. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, your album changed my life. And you're out here trying to jerk the people from seeing you because you want to play games of trying to hold us hostage and get more money when we already signed the contract and paid you. Like, I've been through so much shit in this hip hop shit behind the scenes that people don't understand. Like, it's the Wild West for real, bro. Y'all talking about ethics and loyalty. Tekashi's winning, bro, because there is no loyalty in ethics. It's just a game. It's just a game. And you're gonna play it or it's gonna play you, people. So let me see. So we had
229.
Yeah, so you know, we have plenty of other topics to talk about, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we don't lose them. You know, we make sure we try to use them at a later time and all that good stuff. We don't try to stay dated to anything. You know, the Tekashi thing I wanted to bring up because I think that, especially for all the youth that we're dealing with, I don't want them to get the wrong impression. So I thought it was important to bring up because a lot of them tune in and watch the show and, you know, try to see what their OGs are doing. OG, you know what I mean? So, you know, we out here. I'm cool with being an OG. You know, when people talk about being old and try to make it seem like a big deal, I'm like, yeah, I never thought I'd live to be this age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought I'd be here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm appreciative of getting older. And again, we just want to educate some of these kids on that topic. And I hope you guys enjoyed all the other topics. Again, shout out to our regulars that be on. Renee, you're the MVP. I'm telling you, first person that's going to get one of these TDC shirts is you, direct. You know what I'm saying? And a hat, because you hold us down big time. And shout out to everybody else who's been tuned in and enjoying the show. We really do appreciate you, man. Again, follow at Dinner Club Pod, at Dinner Club Pod, at Dinner Club Pod. If you don't know what the fuck I just said, it's right there underneath my picture. At Dinner Club Pod. Make sure you like and share the page, you know what I'm saying? And start spreading the word that it's just a couple of guys having a good time. If you're ever interested and you want to come on to the show, by all means, you guys can send an inbox because this is a show for the people. You don't have to be
been on.
Yeah, you don't have to be a special interest or anything like that. You could just literally want to have a conversation with us. That's what the Club Podcast is about. Us sitting at the table together, you know what I'm saying, and feasting on these topics, you know what I'm saying? So we really do appreciate you. I'm going to let my man Tyson do his 1, 2. And we'll see you Wednesday, 6:40 p.m. live.
Yes, sir. And so, as always, that was food for thought. And no matter what you eat, just clean your plate. Peace.
Peace.
I got drive like Uber. On the road like the runner bee. These coyotes can't catch up with me. Got these heads blowing like TNT. I got drive like Uber. Yeah, all these lions in this pride with me. Hunting on the daily because the dream ain't free. Gotta get it now. Time to wait for me. I got drive like Uber.